can't sit still. Hot dogs and a cold chill. We go wild just for the thrill. Cheerleaders doing their dance. Crowd in a football trance. Friends and beers in every hand. Living life like we planned. Let's step and go. We won't slow down in this wild football show. Let's step and go. We'll make some noise in this big crowd we know.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome one and all to today's live stream. We got another one. Yesterday was a good day. We did 4 streams in a row. Yesterday, a marathon day. Today, just the one. And that's good, man. That's okay for now. We're going to do just the one stream today. I will be live tomorrow, though, for baseball. Yes, I will be covering baseball tomorrow night. This schedule, my personal schedule, will only allow me to cover one game tomorrow for baseball. So Tuesday night, I will be live covering the LA Dodgers and the Cincinnati Reds. I'll be live tomorrow to cover the first wild card round of Major League Baseball's best 2 out of 3 guys in those. I really wanted to cover my New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. Unfortunately, the schedule will not allow that for me. But we'll talk about that a little later on this one. Today we've got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Denver Broncos. Bengals, it should be a good one. Fired up for this one today, y'all. And we've got a good handful of y'all in the chat already. Shout out to y'all. We've got Michael Larnino, Robert Zamora, Charles Moore, Ed, Gene in the house. I see you, Ed. Frog Crop, Gary Stream, T-Mac, Richard Carr. What's up, Yvonne? What's up? Who else out here? Kenneth Lash, Steve Barker, Tom Fisher, Matt Bailey, Duff Luck, Earth Citizen. Wow, man, you guys are here rocking and rolling. JJ Sword, Tuna to Fish, Courtney. Welcome, Courtney. Shout out to all of our moderators who are here right now. David Bacco, I see you out there. Courtney, I see you. Looks like Storm is in the house. Spike D. Corey, also in the house. Working Dude saying, go Bengals. This should be a good one. Kickoff scheduled at 7:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. What does that mean? It means we've got about 40 minutes to fill while we allow the players to warm up and do their thing. For now, we've got some stats that we can definitely talk about. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do a double whammy here as well. We're going to actually change the scrolling text at the bottom. And I want you guys to take a look at the records across the NFL. The Buffalo Bills still undefeated. The New England Patriots are now 2-2. The New York Jets are going to be playing. They're playing right now, as a matter of fact. They are 0-3, and they're playing against the 0-3 Miami Dolphins. This is for the AFC East bottom of the barrel bowl happening right now in, I believe the game is in Miami. AFC North, guys. Cincinnati Bengals 2-1, Pittsburgh Steelers 3-1. If the Bengals win this game, they will remain on the top. If not, they'll slide down to position number 2. Baltimore Ravens surprisingly 1-3, and the Cleveland Browns got that huge win over the Green Bay Packers. We're going to leave the scrolling text just kind of going by. Shout out to Frank Norman. What's up, Frank Norman? Who else out here? Super Dave saying, let's go Bengals from a Chargers fan. Daniel Miller in the house saying, what are your thoughts on Deion Sanders getting a buyout with Colorado? I don't know enough about the situation to give you an honest response. Who else in here? Ern Bug. What's up, Ern? I see you out there with the shoulder pads, my friend. Cheers to you. Oh, by the way, for new super chats coming in, this is something that we didn't have set up before. I think let's highlight this with Robert Zamora's comment. We will have those popping up right now. I can manually pick these out as they pop up. Courtroom Cat, we can manually pop these up as they come in. We'll be doing these for super chats moving forward. So nice little new feature that we got set up. Thank you, Super Dave, saying great channel and presentation, man. You were made for this, brother. Thank you very much, Super Dave. Thank you very much, my friend. Okay, let's talk about the numbers. The Cincinnati Bengals. Look, first one, we get to test it out. Jordan Walters with our first super chat of the day saying, I won $1,000 on Huff and Puff yesterday. Ravens Nation, let's go Broncos. Thank you for that $5 super chat. And we got to actually test it. And that's how that's going to work. That's how that's going to work. We'll pop them up as they come in. Thank you very much, Jordan Walters. Cheers to you. Cheers, Jordan. Okay, let's move on. We're going to start by taking a look at the away team today. Now, it has not been very good for the Cincinnati Bengals, and things went from bad to worse when they lost Joe Burrow. You would think that after the season they had when Joe Burrow went down and Jake Browning was less than, let's just call him subpar, that they would have tried to figure out that quarterback situation right now. Cincinnati did no such thing. Instead, they doubled down on the Jake Browning thing, and with Joe Burrow out possibly until week 15 or 16, there's a good, strong possibility that Joe Burrow could be out for the entire season with, get this, grade 3 turf toe. Facts. So Joe Burrow could be out for the entire season with grade 3 turf toe. A couple years ago, he missed the entire season or the entire rest of the season after he tore ligaments in his throwing hand. Here he is again. He's no stranger to missing time. That doesn't make the situation any better. The Cincinnati Bengals have to figure something out. You got big stars out there who are looking to eat. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown. All those guys are looking to make an impact. But with Jake Browning throwing the football, there's a lot left to be desired by this offense. Shout out to Charles Moore saying, what is the Jets-Dolphins score right now? Jets-Dolphins score right now looks like that matchup is 3-0, Dolphins with a 3-point lead. Okay, points per game. Offensively here, the Cincinnati Bengals averaging less than 20 points per game. We look at, by the way, they're going up against Pat Surtain and that Denver Broncos defense that has the most sacks in the NFL coming into week 4. This is going to be a real test of their mettle, of the Cincinnati Bengals mettle, to be able to keep up and try to, I don't know how they're going to score points today. I have no idea how they're going to score points today. Honestly, this could be a tough day for the Cincinnati Bengals. But let's take a look at the yards per game. Yards per game, literally dead last in the NFL. 220 yards per game, averaging 4 yards per play. Terrible numbers here. We look at third down efficiency. Literally middle of the pack. 32 qualifying teams. 16th is middle right here. 41% success rate on third downs. And then red zone efficiency. Top 5 inside the red zone, but small sample size when you don't get there very often. Michael Larnino saying, Danny is acting up in this room. I might not be able to watch the whole game tonight. Who's Danny? And what's going on? What's going on, Michael Larnino? Thanks for checking into the chat, man. If you've got things to do, don't worry. You can bounce in and out. That's the beauty of YouTube. It's not a captive audience. And at the end of the day, if you end up missing it and you really, really want to go back and see what happened, you can always do that here. It is video on demand. Now, my Twitch, for whatever reason, has just been all kinds of issues. I don't know what, honestly, I have no idea what this means here. It's saying, click to reload the player, and I just continue having issues with this. And you know what I think it is? I think it's the fact that I'm trying to use OBS plugins to get a free version, but we're building a wish list right now. Football Nation, my birthday's in November. I am building a wish list for this channel. There are a few things that we are trying to get to, and we need some financial assistance in that. I never ask for it on this channel, but I do need new RAM, more RAM for my PC so that we can stream on multiple platforms and get this out to more people. And I do need additional software, one of those being Streamlabs, which costs about $120 a year or $10 a month. So small things, gonna be a cost of operating my own business here, which is Football Nation. But that's okay. That's problems for me to figure out. You guys are just along for the ride. So thank you, guys, for being here. Appreciate that. Courtney saying November, ... I think there's a game on my birthday. Let's take a quick look here. Let's see if there's a game on my birthday. It would be week 11 in the NFL. Let's see. 2025, week 11. We're going to take a quick look here. I don't even know what days these are. It would actually be week 12 if there's anything. Monday. Yeah, Thursday night football. Thursday night football in week 12. I will be live on my birthday to cover the Buffalo Bills. Oh, no, I won't be. I'll be live the day before my birthday. November 21st is my birthday, November 20th. Anyways, doesn't matter. I'm rambling. Let's get back to this, guys. You guys are more interested in these numbers and statistics than you are in my birthday. So let's go ahead and talk about this. All right, guys. Defense. They rank 30th in the NFL. Yards per game. Defense, they rank 30th in the NFL. Or, 26th in the NFL in points per game allowed. 26 with 30 points per game allowed. That is a recipe to lose. 30 points on average is what they concede. Meanwhile, they're only putting up 19.3. The fact that they have a 2-1 record blows my mind because the numbers don't say that they should have a 2-1 record. And conversely, the Denver Broncos shouldn't have a 1-2 record, but they do, and that's the way it sits right now. I personally, whether you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan or not, I personally believe that the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals will walk off the field today at Mile High Stadium tied at 2-2. I think both teams will walk out of here 2-2. I think the Cincinnati Bengals will lose this game. I could be wrong, but hey, you know what? That's just the curse of the commentator. Okay, yards per play allowed, 5.4. That's 20th in the NFL. Third down efficiency, allowing a success rate of 46% to opposing offenses. That's bad. Bottom 4 in the NFL. We look at red zone efficiency, 63% success rate to opposing offenses. The defense here is almost as bad as the Dallas Cowboys defense. Almost. Let's take a quick look at the other side and just look at the stats here. You've got the offense that has been middling. They're not great. They're not bad. You expect more out of Bo Nix. You expect more out of Sean Payton. You expect more out of Cortland Sutton. Hey, you expect more out of R.J. Harvey. You expect more out of J.K. Dobbins. There's a lot to be desired here for the offense as well. But unlike the Bengals, the Broncos actually have their starting quarterback. So that should help them out big time. Brando saying, hey, yo, let's see. Jay saying Bengals can switch to Wildcat. That might be the only way. Well, would you look at that? Towards the list, says T Fishes. Towards the list. So let's turn this off. Shout out to T Fishes with a big $20 super chat right now. Thank you, T Fishes. Leaving us a super chat right now for $20 today saying towards the list. So T Fish is helping out right now. We're going to be doing a few other things on this channel here as well, guys. We're going to be experimenting this season with a lot of stuff. Thank you for that super chat, T. Let's go. T Fishes, who are you rooting for today, brother? You rooting for the Broncos today, or are you rooting for the Bengals today? The Bengals should trade for Cousins. They know they want Burrow back, but Cousins would understand the job. That's facts right there, Richard Martin. That is facts right there. Okay, we were talking about the offense here for this Denver Broncos team. 17th in points per game allowed. Yards per game. 17th in yards per game offensively. 19th in yards per game offensively, putting up 302 total yards per game. Yards per play, they average over 5 yards per play. Third down efficiency, that is where they have faltered. This, to me, is the reason why this number up top is not better. I believe that converting on the most important downs right here on third downs is why the Broncos are sitting at 1-2 and not sitting at 2-1. So thinking that this number might improve today with that pretty pliable, that definitely beatable Bengals defense. Red zone efficiency, middle of the pack, 62% efficiency offensively. Defensively, this is where things get good for Denver. Now, points per game, sure, they give up 21, but at least they're giving up less points than they're scoring. That is supposed to be a winning record. Yards per game, on average, they gave up 327. Now, when we look at yards per play, top 12 in the NFL. Defensively, they give up a success rate at just 36% to opposing offenses. This is gold. This is money right here. You want this number to be low. You want that number to be as low as possible. And red zone efficiency, they are the second best team in the NFL defensively, allowing a success rate of 27.3% to opposing offenses. Shout out to Danny Williams saying Broncos are going to turn the ball over 5 times. Huge collapse. Bengals win. Walking away. All right, Danny. Here we go. What's up, man? He says, hello. J.K. Dobbins, so underrated, says Aiden Aldrich. Facts. Throw Punch saying, hi, Robert. What up, Throw Punch? What up, Robert? What up, Tom Fisher? Earth Citizen? We got Mega Man in the house. We got CM. See you later. Eden Malik. Eden Malik. Is it Eden? Is it Eden? Eden Malik. What's up? I don't know if it's Eden or Eden. Probably Eden makes more sense. I could be wrong, but shout out to you. Manuel saying no Burrow for Bengals, possibly for the entire season, guys. Possibly for the entire season. Brian saying checking in after that big night last night. It was a pretty solid night last night. It was a good night. We had a nightcap of the Dallas Cowboys tying with the Green Bay Packers. Not something that we see a whole lot of. That actually changes things across the division. And you can see that scrolling by at the bottom. I almost ran out of characters. Yeah, it's me, Matt. What's up, Matt? Thanks for checking in. Dallas Cowboys 1-2-1 after week 4. How about the New York Giants getting their first win over the LA Chargers? They're now 1-3, so that's pretty cool. Detroit Lions are 3-1. The Green Bay Packers are 2-1-1. The Minnesota Vikings over here are 2-2. It's actually changed that. My OCD is not going to let me let that scroll by without making the change. Got to add that comma there. Okay. Let's go Cowboys, says Mario Noña, what's up? We got Jose Monclova. Jose Monclova saying, let's go Broncos. What up, Jose? What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, male, female, young and old, it does not matter. I am glad you are here. We are live in San Antonio, Texas, and doing our quick pregame, kind of stalling a little bit for time, but now I think we're back on schedule. So let's go ahead and run through this pregame. Let's try to crush this in about 10 minutes here. Let's talk about the starting players for this Bengals offense, guys. Offensively, Bengals will be deploying Jake Browning. Definitely a far cry from Joe Burrow. But it might be interesting to watch Brett Rypien come in and do this because Brett Rypien, remember, used to play for the Denver Broncos. Looks like Scott Patrick dropping a $20 super chat right now. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. Nice. Gonna make sure it gets seen, Scott. Thank you very much. My friend saying, "Que onda, wey?" What's up, Scott Patrick? Que onda, wey? What's up, dude? Thank you very much. Scott Patrick with a $20 super chat. Thank you, sir. T Fish is helping out as well. Guys, we're already halfway. That's $45. That's halfway towards 1 stick of RAM. We need 2 sticks of RAM to upgrade this PC, but that is halfway towards getting the software that we're looking for. So that does help huge. Thank you. Looks like Let's Go Football Nation. God bless Mario. Keep up the good work, he says. Bringing this up. Eden, thank you very much. Saying, let's go Bengals. Let's hope everyone has a great night. I hope so, too. Thanks for checking in, Eden. And thanks for that super chat. Don't know why that's glitching out on me. We're going to move this and try. I'm still trying to figure out what the best format is to lay this out, guys. For now, I'm just going to kind of pop these up as they come up. Obviously, if someone says something like fart, booger, butt, stink or something, I'm not going to put it on the screen. But if it's appropriate and it's a super chat, we will definitely feature it moving forward. Thank you, Eden. Okay, let's get back to what we were talking about. Jake Browning going to be the quarterback. Chase Brown, a very high-value draft pick. A lot of people even taking him in the first round, maybe somewhere in the middle of the second round. 47 carries this year. That's actually the bottom third of the NFL. Just about the bottom third. 23rd in the league in carries. Doesn't even have 50 carries over 3 weeks. Not going to be a great season for him this year. If you have him in your fantasy leagues, it might be time to try and pawn him off. Some people Probably. You might find a Bengals fan in your fantasy football league who would be willing to take Chase Brown. You've got 1 touchdown for Chase Brown this season, not even 100 rushing yards in 2025 over 3 games. He's averaging less than 33 rushing yards per game. That is not good out of someone who had such a high value draft. Jake Browning, I will give him credit for this. 381 passing yards, not what I'm going to give him credit for, but he hasn't had a chance to play all of the games. He played in week 2 and then in week 3. So he's only played 2 games, and in 2 games he does have 3 touchdowns. Unfortunately, Jake Browning also has 5 interceptions, so that is an issue. T-Mac saying for the upgrades, Skull, thank you, T-Mac. Let's go, brother. Thank you, sir. T-Mac, thank you. T-Fishes, thank you. Scott Patrick, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate y'all. T-Mac, I see you guys out there. This definitely helps. Helen Galloway saying you rule, letting you guys know that y'all are valued, and I appreciate y'all, man. I really, really do. Okay, so we now know these 2 players in the backfield. Jake Browning, he does have 3 touchdown passes in 2 games. Unfortunately, he also has 5 interceptions in 2 games. And they are going up against the Denver Broncos defense that is going to make life very difficult today for the Cincinnati Bengals. Chase Brown, the running back, doesn't even have 100 rushing yards in the first 3 games of the season. The run game basically non-existent. Samaje Perine, 21 rushing yards on 4 carries this year. Game script not allowing for them to do what they need to do. Now, top pass catchers on this team, I think that as long as you've got Jamar Chase out there, you could take a Jake Browning and make him at least the next notch up. Jamar Chase is the real deal when it comes to wide receivers, y'all. And he was the #1 overall pick for a lot of teams. A #1 overall pick for a lot of teams. Money well spent. Thank you, Living Like Larry. Thank you so much. Another $20 super chat coming in from Living Like Larry. Oh, man, that literally puts us at like $12 or $15 away from getting that literally puts us $15 away, and I can literally sign up for oh crap, I broke my pen. I can literally sign up for Streamlabs tonight after this stream. It's going to be that has to be the next investment on this channel. We got to be able to stream on multiple platforms. We're killing it right now on YouTube, guys. There's no reason why I shouldn't be live on TikTok, live on Instagram, live on Facebook, live on Twitch, and just pushing this out to all the platforms. There's no reason why it's not there. Thank you very much, Living Like Larry, believing in the dream that we have right now, getting on everyone's phones, screens, TVs, iPads, computer tablets, and trying to spread the love of sports around the world. Okay, guys. Jamar Chase over here. Rough season for him, obviously. Doesn't have the man throwing the football to him. He's only got 1 touchdown on the season. He does have 21 receptions, which is tied for 16th in the NFL. Isn't averaging 100 yards per game right now, so he's not on track. He might be on track to break. He'll probably break 1,000 yards. He's got 241 receiving yards so far, averaging 11.5 yards per catch. Helen got us there. Let's go. Let's go, Helen. You've got this, she says. Okay, so we got to our goal. And Jordan adding on right now. Thank you very much. Guys, thank y'all so much. Oh, man. Okay, hang on. Hold the phone. Pause. Thank you guys so much for the contributions today. This is not what I expected at all coming into this one. But, Helen, thank you. Jordan also dropping one here saying needed Bronco defense to score like 40 points. Go live everywhere, bro. Bless you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Jordan Walters. Thank you so much, Helen Galloway. Thank you, T-Fishes. Thanks, T-Mac. Thank you, Scott Patrick. Thank you to everyone who is just even watching right now. Man, that is awesome. You guys have humbled me already before this game has even started, so thank you guys. Okay, let's act like we've been here before. All right, folks, let's keep moving forward. T. Higgins going to be your wide receiver number 2. Andre Iosivas going to be your wide receiver 3. Bop it, laying it on thick. Thank you very much, Bop it. I do genuinely feel the love in the room right now, saying love being here with you all. Thank you, Bop it. Let's go. This is the best, at least the best stream we've had for Super Chats on track for at this point. Let's go. Let's go. Thanks, guys. Okay. So now, because you guys are helping this channel grow, I have to give back to you guys. This isn't just I want to take in cash and then just pocket it or whatever. We got to upgrade our gear, but that's not what I'm talking about. I will be doing something here for our donors, the people who are actually making donations to the channel. We're going to start doing some raffles here. It's something that I've been talking about with my wife, something I've been talking about with Santino. That way, in case y'all feel like you want to contribute, you can be rewarded as well, and a small contribution could come out to be a huge prize or a huge reward to you guys. Thank y'all so much. Okay. Man, y'all keep taking me off track here. Okay, y'all keep taking me off track. The next couple of Super Chats, if they do come in, we're going to pocket them until we find a break in the commercial or until we find a good natural stopping point. That is awesome, though. Okay, let's get focused here. T. Higgins, this season, Jake Browning has to throw touchdowns to someone, and T. Higgins is one of those people. Jamar Chase has a touchdown. T. Higgins has a touchdown this season. Thank you, Richard Martin, for the $2 Super Chat as well. Appreciate it. Okay. Noah Fant going to be the tight end out here. Actually, he's not. Noah Fant is listed as out, so expect Drew Sample and Mike Gesicki to fill in this spot. Noah Fant ruled out for today. Again, Drew Sample, Mike Gesicki, or Tanner Hudson will be in right here. One of the things that I firmly believe is that when you've got a quarterback who's a little shaky, they will look for the tight ends a lot. I do think that we will see some action happening here. If it's not Mike Gesicki, it could be Tanner Hudson. Andre Iosivas is going to be that wide receiver 3, and the offensive line for the Cincinnati Bengals is made up of Orlando Brown on the left tackle. You'll have Dylan Fairchild at left guard, Ted Karras at center. You'll have Dalton Risner at right guard, and right tackle, Amarius Mims. Let's move on to the defense here. Not a whole lot of names that you'll recognize on the defensive side. There might be a couple, but we'll start from left and work our way to the right. Joseph Osai, not a name you'll probably recognize. He'll be your starting left defensive end. TJ Slayton, he's a name that you may have heard of, but he's not one of those household names out there. BJ Hill, you should recognize that name. BJ Hill is a dog. Trey Hendrickson, an absolute beast as well out here. These two guys are going to try to be the ones to get to Bo Nix. Brandon, thank you for your $2 Super Chat. Appreciate that, sir. So, BJ Hill, Trey Hendrickson, you can see those guys on the front line. Your linebackers, you'll have Demetrius Knight, Logan Wilson, and Oren Burks. All of them are capable. None of them are studs. Just calling it like I see it. DJ Turner will make for good competition, not great competition. Cam Taylor-Britt will make for much more competition, and I would expect Cam Taylor-Britt to be the man who is opposite of Cortland Sutton for most of the night. Geno Stone as your free safety, your strong safety, going to be Jordan Battle. Those guys can also get it done, but something about the Cincinnati Bengals defense doesn't really excite me. Let's take a look at the Broncos side of things, guys. The Denver Broncos offense is made up of these pieces here. Bo Nix going to be the starting quarterback for this team. We've got about 10 minutes until kickoff, by the way, guys. So far this season, over the first 3 games, Bo Nix has thrown 5 touchdowns. That's tied for 15th in the NFL. Only 535 passing yards, though. Not what you expect out of the team that just made it to the playoffs in 2024. Although, admittedly, Broncos fans, you got to give thank you to those Kansas City Chiefs. You better thank the Kansas City Chiefs for letting you into the playoffs last year, because otherwise, you guys would have missed it entirely in that final Week 18 game. You know it. You know it. It doesn't matter because you got there, but you got to make sure that you got to go find your Chiefs fans' friends and go give them a thank you. Bo Nix, 5 touchdowns this season, 3 interceptions. J.K. Dobbins, the starting running back for this team. A lot of people were very high on R.J. Harvey. I was one of them. Unfortunately, he has not produced. He's actually only had 13 carries on the entire year. R.J. Harvey, 13 carries on the entire year. Looks like another one coming in right now. Whoops, we got to add this in here too. Okay, another one coming in right now. Looks like another one coming in saying, like the stream, my lads, the game starts in T-minus 10 minutes. Let's effing go. Let's effing go, Jordan. Let's do this thing, man. Let's do this, Jordan. Okay, Bo Nix, J.K. Dobbins. A fan of J.K. Dobbins, 41 carries this season. He has 220 yards, 222 rushing yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns already. He's averaging over 5 yards per carry, averaging 5.4 yards per carry. I think J.K. Dobbins is the real deal. I also think he's probably the steal of the draft for a lot of people. Him and Javonte Williams, probably the best running backs in late rounds this year. Top pass catchers today. Courtland Sutton will be on one side. So Courtland Sutton is your wide receiver 1. You'll have Troy Franklin listed as the wide receiver 2, but something tells me Marvin Mims Jr. is going to get involved here as well. I think he is more of a wide receiver 2 than Troy Franklin. 1 receiving touchdown this season for Marvin Mims. He does have only 6 catches. On the other side, 14 receptions, 1 touchdown as well for Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin averaging about 10 yards per catch. And then we look at Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton, head and shoulders. Actually, I wouldn't even call it head and shoulders. 185 receiving yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, but he actually has 1 less reception than Troy Franklin. That's actually news to me. Let's take a look over here. Evan Ingram going to be the tight end for the Denver Broncos today, and the offensive line will be made up of Garrett Bowles. You've got Ben Powers, Luke Wattenberg as the center, right guard Quinn Miners, and Mike McGlinchey as your right tackle. Those are the guys up front. What's the score update for the Jets and the Dolphins? The quick question was brought up. The Dolphins are up 10-0 over the New York Jets. That game happening in Miami, just so you know. Okay, all right. I just did 3-team bet. Let's effing go. Helen, who did you bet on? Helen, who did you take? What did you pick today? I'm actually genuinely curious, Helen. What did you pick? Sutton anytime touchdown, says Jose Monclova. Okay, I asked a question at the very start of this live stream. What's more likely, guys? Bo Nix throws 2 passing touchdowns or Jamar Chase goes over 100 receiving yards? What's more likely to happen? You guys can talk in and let me know. Helen saying Jake Browning 1.5 passing yards above. Okay. I can't believe I listened to that whole game last night and it ended in a tie, says Owl on the Prowl. It was a good one. Bo Nix 6.5 in first pass. Okay, Chad Rucker saying, much love. I love the show. Thank you. Thank you, Chad Rucker. Thanks for checking in, homie. Let's go Broncos. Corey saying Bo Nix for 2 passing touchdown. Jose saying Bo Nix for 2 passing touchdowns. Hugh space Janus saying it's all you. What's up, Hugh? Zach Allen 0.25 sacks under. Curious, what do you bet on? You must be in a different state because Texas doesn't allow those kinds of particular bets. William saying Bo Nix throws a pick. Bo 3 touchdowns, says Dom Lat. Okay. King Early the Honest saying I think the Rams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Ooh. Let's see. Mega Man checks in with a super chat today saying a home game for the Broncos. I think Bo Nix will play well tonight. Bo Nix 2 touchdowns, says Mega Man. Let's go. Okay. Bo Nix 2 touchdowns is your prediction? Okay. Well, let's see if that happens, guys. Again, his targets, Troy Franklin, Evan Ingram, Marvin Mims, and Courtland Sutton. Let's move on here to the defense. The defense is really the bread and butter of this Broncos team right now. At least in my opinion, I think this defense is really where it's at. Left defensive end, starting right here with Zach Allen. Zach Allen going to be the starting defensive end on the left side. DJ Jones, the nose tackle, and John Franklin Myers, your right defensive end. By the way, already a sack here for Franklin Myers this season. Franklin Myers has a bag. DJ Jones has a bag. And so does Zach Allen. Zach Allen has a sack. So all three of these guys across the first 3 weeks have at least picked up 1 sack each. That's just the front line. It doesn't stop there, guys. The defense for this Denver Broncos team is insanity here. We look at Jonathan Cooper. Jonathan Cooper has 2 sacks coming in off the weak side. Yeah, so that right there, that's 5 sacks for this team. And so Alex Singleton doesn't have a bag, but he does have 10 solo tackles. 10 solo tackles already. We look at Justin Sternad, and over here he's also got 2 sacks. So you can add them up, guys. The sacks are starting to add up. Mind you, again, this is just 3 weeks in, guys. 3 weeks in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not to mention, of course, Nick Bonito, who is out here. Nick Bonito has 3 sacks, so that's 8, 9, 10. So this front 7 right here has 10 bags in the first 3 games, and it's still not over. The Denver Broncos, Pat Surtain, 11 solo tackles out there. Talanoa Hufanga, welcome Talanoa Hufanga, 16 total tackles out there. Brandon Jones also has an interception, 11 solo tackles. Riley Moss out here, 13 solo tackles with 4 passes defended. This Broncos defense is insane, and even some of the other guys who came in behind your front 7 have picked up sacks. This Denver Broncos team, if I'm not mistaken, we'll look at the stats right now. I believe they had 10 sacks coming into week 3. Let's take a look at it. Let's actually break this down. So we'll start with a defensive comparison here, and it's a tale of two different stories here. So these are the numbers. These are the tried and true numbers after the first 3 weeks. Cincinnati Bengals, 25th in the NFL when it comes to yards allowed per game, 21st in the NFL when it comes to rushing yards allowed per game, allowing 119 rushing yards per game. We look at passing yards allowed per game, 25th in the NFL with passing yards allowed per game. That's 240 passing yards allowed. Both teams are actually tied here. Both teams are tied with turnovers forced, but the Denver Broncos, oh boy, the Denver Broncos, 12 bags on the year. 12 bags on the year versus the Bengals, who have just 6. Ooh, this is going to be a tough offensive game for sure. Welcome to Touchdowns, living like Larry. I feel it, man. I see you out there. Let's go. Okay, the Broncos defensive line is crazy, and y'all think Jake can handle that? No, sir. No, sir. Michael Larnino asking what channel is this game going to be on. If you want to watch this game simultaneously with us on Football Nation, this is on ABC. Yes, I know. It sounds like I made that up. It's ABC Company reaching out to XYZ. Are you available? Are you satisfied with your internet service? Your vehicle's extended warranty is expired. Okay, let's move forward. Broncos defense, solid. Not so. Okay, the gap here between 19th and 25th isn't that impressive. What makes this Broncos defense so good is the pass rush and the pressure. The fact that they can force quarterbacks into making mistakes. 12 sacks on the year. Jake Browning is going to get eaten alive today. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look at the quarterback comparison. Jake Browning has played 1 less game than Bo Nix. So with that being said, I think they're pretty much on pace to be tied for passing yards if you add the difference here. So Bo Nix, 535 passing yards with 1 extra game, 71 rushing touchdowns, 5 total touchdowns, all 5 through the air. Meanwhile, Jake Browning, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown for Jake Browning. Browning with 5 interceptions, though, over the first couple of weeks. That is the issue here. That's the biggest issue. 5 total interceptions. Woof. Let's see. We've got completion percentage, 67.8%. We've got sacks taken, 4 bags. 4 times Browning has been bagged. We look at Bo Nix, 3 sacks for Bo Nix. Passer rating, advantage, Bo Nix. Let's see. Santino beat you this week, Courtney? Yeah, he's going to beat me in this fantasy football league as well, unless Tyreek Hill, in my other fantasy football league, unless Tyreek Hill goes off for like 3 touchdowns today, which I'm just going to go ahead and turn a blind eye to all of it. I also have Chase Brown playing today, and Devon Achane. I got a lot of Monday Night Football I should be watching. My goodness. Okay, that's the head-to-head comparison here between quarterbacks. We did the head-to-head comparison between defensive sides. Y'all, run game comparison. It's been pretty good with J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins, man, I'll tell you what, he has faced some injuries. I remember drafting him one year, and literally while at the draft with my friends, preseason game, he is carted off the field with a torn ACL or a torn Achilles. I don't remember what lower leg injury he had. Some of you guys might remember that because some of you guys might have done the same thing. You went out, you picked up J.K. Dobbins. This was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe. Anyways, yeah. So Dobbins back, Dobbins healthy, Dobbins doing really well. 8th in the NFL right now. This team, the Broncos, entire rushing unit, 8th when it comes to rushing yards per game. We look at rushing yards percentage per game. This team is pretty balanced. A top 5 team averaging 42% of their entire yardage in a game on the ground. This running team can be pretty good. And with, again, the soft defensive line of this Cincinnati Bengals, I think the run game is probably their best bet at victory today for the Denver Broncos. Rushing yards per game here for this team, it's already pretty bad. They are averaging less than 50 rushing yards per game over the first 3 weeks. That is dead last in the NFL. They have second to last in rushing attempts per game. They are dead last in rushing yards per attempt, and they are dead last in rushing yards percentage. That honestly wasn't going to be too far from the truth regardless because of the fact that Joe Burrow was supposed to be slinging the football out there, but now he's not. So Zach Taylor's going to have to figure something out here. Head coach here, Zach Taylor of the Cincinnati Bengals, going to have to figure it out against Sean Payton. Yeah, this is going to be easier said than done. Forget the candy. Just put a big spoon in the sugar bowl. Here is the kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. This game is on. Here is the opening kickoff, and here is the return. Out to the 20, the 25, the 30. The Cincinnati Bengals have the football to get this one started. And it looks like it is game on, folks. It looks like it is game on. Okay, let's get all of our graphics situated here. We'll go to our live board. We'll go to our live board here as well. We'll scroll this down just a hair. And everything should be right close enough to where we want it. Okay, here comes a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line, guys. The Cincinnati Bengals with the football here. Cincinnati with it now. Jake Browning has 2 backs to his right side and 1 behind him. He will snap that, fakes the handoff to Chase Brown. Jake Browning will dump off to Chase Brown, and that pass is incomplete for the opening play of the game. Opening play of the game is an incomplete pass. It brings up a 2nd down and 10. We'll stop the clock, add a little bit of time right here. 2nd down and 10. While they are introducing players, we are going to make sure that our graphics are situated the way that they need to be. It looks like there was a flag on the play. Wow, looks like there was a flag on the play, and it's a possible, I believe it's a holding. It's a holding on the defense here, guys. So just like that, it's going to be a fresh set of downs. So scratch that. It's not 2nd down. It's 1st and 10, and that moves the football to the 35 after that flag that popped up here. So 1st and 10 from the 35. Jake Browning in the shotgun. Chase Brown to his left. Here is the snap. Looking left, throwing left. Catch is made. Jamar Chase makes the grab. Goes nowhere. It brings up that 2nd down and 10. After all, Jordan saying, game on. Broncos blowout. 5 turnovers minimum. He says minimum. Woo. Okay, let's see if that's true. Let's see if that happens. Jordan, thank you for that super chat. Okay, let's make sure that this is where we want it as well. 2nd down and 10. That feels better. Okay, I got a 2nd down and 10. Shotgun formation, trips to the right. Jake Browning waits for the snap. He takes it. A 4-man rush coming in, checks it down quickly. Chase Brown out of the backfield, sheds a tackle, picks up about 9 of those yards. There's a flag on the play. Let's find out what this flag is for. This should bring up a 3rd down and 1, but depending on what the flag is, this play could be coming back. The camera focusing on Sean Payton, and now it's on, as they say, ineligible player downfield against the Denver Broncos. I believe that was the call. Yeah, so ineligible receiver downfield. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, guys, and instead of that, wait, what just happened? What just happened? So what was the flag there? They're saying, oh, there is no flag for an eligible receiver downfield. Okay, so the flag was waved off, folks. The flag was waved off. It is 3rd down and 1. There's the snap and a handoff. Jake Browning will keep it, goes up the middle, picks up the 1st down, 1st and 10. Sloppy start to the game, it feels like. Sloppy start to the game, it feels like. We've got a 1st and 10 coming up. Maybe that's just me who needs to get myself settled in. We've got a 1st and 10 coming up after the pickup. The football now at the Cincinnati 46-yard line. Let's get locked in, Mario. Football on the right hash. We've got motion on the field. Looks like that's Drew Sample going to the right-hand side. Waiting for the snap, 2 receivers to the top of the screen. Here's the handoff. Chase Brown gets the carry again. He will pick up about 4 yards on the play. It brings up a 2nd down and 6. So a 4-yard pickup for Chase Brown. 2nd down and 6. The clock will start ticking. Really, Cincinnati has a clean city? Question mark, says Kayla Noyes. What's up, James Morton? Trenton Bowling watching right now. Gary Streen watching right now. Country Kisses. Helen Galloway. Enzo it goes. Cody Devitt, thanks for checking in, my friend. Welcome back. We've got a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Basketball is on the horizon. October 22nd, the San Antonio Spurs open up against the Dallas Mavericks. Motion on the field. Waiting for the snap. Jake Browning from the 50-yard line. Fakes the handoff against the 4-man rush. Lays this one out up in the air. Chase Brown, the intended receiver. Good job to break that up by Benito Jones. Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd down and 6 with 12 minutes and 33 seconds left to go. Cincinnati facing a 3rd down. Dexter saying, is it a sloppy start or great defense? LOL Prowl, says Casey Lewis. What up, Casey Lewis? October to Summer saying, what's up? What's up, October to Summer? What's up, Loki Evil? What's up, Throw Punch? Alex Hartman. Big, who else out here? We got Country Kisses. We got Living Like Larry. Bouillon Brent. 3rd down and 6 coming up right now. Cincinnati Bengals with the football. Here is the snap. Jake Browning going to air this one out, trusting the man. The catch is made. T. Higgins makes a big grab of 19 yards. 1st down, Cincinnati. This moves the football out from the 50-yard line to the Denver 31. 1st down for the Bengals. How about that? The Broncos giving up a 19-yard play. A back shoulder fade, nice throw by Jake Browning, and a clear pass at interference not going to be flagged right there. How the official missed that, I don't know. That's T. Higgins making the catch through the contact here. 1st and 10 from the 31. Jake Browning surveys. He winds up. He throws in between the hash marks. Catch is made. Looks like it's going to be Tinsley who makes the catch, and that'll be a gain of 9 yards. 2nd down and 1 coming up. Tinsley, not a name that we talk about a whole lot either on this team. I can dig it, though. I sure can. Okay. Offense looking like it's sharper than I expected. Mitchell Tinsley with his 2nd catch of the season right now. Shotgun formation, this time outside the red zone at the 22-yard line. We've got a 2nd down and 1. Here's the snap. Browning hands this off to Chase Brown. Chase Brown cuts inside, picks up about 6. 1st and 10. This time inside the red zone. And this changes everything. The opening drive for the Cincinnati Bengals actually looking good. Okay. Cincinnati Bengals at the 16-yard line of the Denver Broncos. Broncos fans, are y'all nervous yet? Are you guys getting nervous just yet? Earth Citizen checking in for the Bengals out here. I see you, Earth Citizen. Playing like they're pissed off about the stats, says CMC you later. Charles Moore asking my score prediction for this one. I would go 24-21 Broncos, depending on how this opening play goes. Chase Brown to the left-hand side on 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Takes it 2 yards forward. Picks up about a couple, and it makes it 2nd down and 8 from the 14. 2nd down and 8 from the Cincinnati Bengals with the football. The Cincinnati Bengals are inside Broncos territory at the Broncos 14-yard line. So 14 yards away from the end zone, 14 yards away from pay dirt, lining up in a T formation here. Jake Browning has a back to either side. Drew Sample to his left, Chase Brown to the right. Browning looks to the right, throws to the right. T. Higgins makes the catch again, tries to break a tackle here. T. Higgins will pick up 6 of those yards on 3rd and 8. It makes it on 2nd and 8, so it makes it a 3rd down and 2 coming up. The football to the Denver 8-yard line, less than 10 yards away from the end zone. 3rd down. We got a 3rd down coming up right now, ladies and gentlemen. Andre Iosivas, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins in the huddle right here, so all of their stars. Drew Sample on the right side and Chase Brown on the left. Back to that T formation here. Bottom of the screen is T. Higgins by himself. Play clock down to 1. Here's the snap, and Browning looks to Higgins. He commits. He throws the pass. Incomplete. And this will bring up a 4th down and 2. He definitely telegraphed that one. I could have told you the second he took the snap that he was going to T. Higgins. So pretty obvious there. The Bengals will end up bringing out their kicker. So here comes Evan McPherson to save the day and put some points on the board for the Cincinnati Bengals. Here we go. Good stop, says Magaman. 4th down and 2. Evan McPherson. Field goals under 30. He's made 22 of 23. Here comes a 26-yarder. A 26-yard field goal coming up now. From the right hash, the kick is up. This kick is good, and the Cincinnati Bengals will be the first to score, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the Cincinnati Bengals get a few points on the board. Let's go ahead and add 3. Field goal is good. Cincinnati in the lead. So for now, the Cincinnati Bengals have the lead in this Monday Night Football matchup. Monday Night Football. This is technically a doubleheader. There is another game currently happening right now. That is the Miami Dolphins. That is the Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. Last I checked, the Dolphins were up 10-0. That could have changed since the last time we were there. Possession will change here. We'll get a 1st and 10. Broncos going to get the football when that gets kicked off. It's a no-fly zone, says Jose. What up, Jose? Jim checking in saying field goals are all they're going to get without Joe Burrow. I actually called him Joe Burrow on accident today. ABC says TM Martin, thank you for letting them know. We got Earth Citizen checking in for the Bengals. Brittany checking in saying hello. What's up, Brittany? Bengals fans, welcome. Broncos fans, welcome. My name is Mario. I'm going to be here for you guys all night. Not just today, but tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Actually, I think Friday would technically be my one day off, but we will be streaming on Saturday covering Major League Baseball. We will be streaming on Sunday covering football once again. 4 more streams coming up on Sunday. Thursday Night Football right around the corner. Ricardo saying hello to America. What is up, Ricardo? Welcome in, my friend. How is it breathing in Colorado? Not so bad. Scott Patrick dropping the unicorn in a $2 super chat. Let's go. Scott, appreciate that. Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. Let's see. 10-10, still 10-0 near halftime. Thank you, Guy, for letting us know. Let's see. Mario, tell the truth. Santino is a bot, isn't he? What does that even mean? He was on camera here the other day. What? Wait a minute, what? Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Uh-oh. Can I not turn this off now? Here we go. Okay, got it. Let's see. I've got a lot of sour Broncos fans after this game. Okay, Cody feeling that that's going to go that way. Mario, mods, and chat, thank you very much. David Baco with a $2 super chat coming in right now. What up, David Baco? Let's go. See you later saying no spam. Please remember to follow the rules, ladies and gentlemen. Santino is a hologram. He's going to love reading those comments, man. He's going to love reading those. I hate your face. Any Grandma's Boy fans out there? Okay, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. The Cincinnati Bengals are coming out of this commercial break right now. They did just score the opening points of this one. They did just kick a field goal to score and take a 3-point lead. Here we go with 9 minutes left to go. The kickoff from Cincinnati to Denver. Evan McPherson lining up to send this back to the Denver Broncos. Here is the boot, and this one will be returned from inside the 5 to the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, shy of the 30. Actually, it looks like he makes it out to the 30. 9:03 left to go. First offensive drive for Bo Nix. You guys said that it's more likely that Bo Nix gets 2 passing touchdowns today versus Jamar Chase breaking 100 receiving yards. You might be right, but we're about to find out. Here comes Bo Nix and company. J.K. Dobbins is the back on this play. We have an offset eye. Bo Nix steps up to the line and immediately steps back. Looks like he's trying to get himself settled in. Motion on the field right here. Motion again on the field right here. I believe that's Troy Franklin on the move. Here's the snap. There's the handoff. J.K. Dobbins patiently looking for a gap right here. Not going to find much of a gap after all. A gain of about 3 yards brings up a 2nd down and 7. Football to the Denver 33. The Denver Broncos with the football now. 8 minutes and 45 seconds. The clock is ticking. On 2nd down and 7, what do the Denver Broncos draw up here? Do you take a shot downfield to open up the game and set the tone, or do you stick with the game plan and hand it off to J.K. Dobbins on 2nd and 10? Well, I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a Bo Nix play. We have an empty backfield on 2nd down and 7 from the 33. A 4-man rush coming in. Bo Nix in trouble. He scrambles. Bo Nix being chased down. He will wind up and throw. The catch is actually going to be made on the right-hand side. You have got to be kidding me. That was a crazy catch there by Marvin Mims. Mims making the catch. Marvin Mims making the catch. 2nd down and 5. Excuse me. 3rd down and 2. It's a 5-yard pickup. 3rd down and 2. Football at the Denver 38 after the 5-yard catch on the sideline. Bo Nix with his first completion of the day. Looks like Bo Nix is under center right now. Single back formation and motion on the field here. Waiting for the snap is Bo Nix with the play clock down to 5. Play clock down to 3. Timeout going to be called. Bo Nix didn't know what was happening here. He stops the clock with 7:36, and that'll be the first timeout of the game for the Denver Broncos. I wonder if that'll come back to hurt them later in this half. Okay. So, that pass, first pass of the game, was caught. Bo Nix on the opening drive of the game for the Denver Broncos is forced to call a timeout so they don't get the delay of game. That's the first time out of the game for either team. They're in the huddle once again. A 3rd down and 3 at the Denver Broncos 38-yard line. Can they convert this 3rd down, or will the Cincinnati Bengals get a stop right here? Okay, let's do this thing. Here comes this 7-minute and 36-second play. 3rd down and 2. Single back formation. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Motion. Here's a fake end around, a toss, and it looks like R.J. Harvey is going to get wrapped up and get nothing on this one. It is a stop for the Cincinnati Bengals, a 4th down, and this will bring out the punt team most likely. I don't think that Bo Nix and company will be going for it here on 4th down, but a great job defensively by the Cincinnati Bengals to get a stop. Guys, there's a lot of question marks around Bo Nix and this offense, and the fact that he doesn't even have 600 passing yards over the first 3 games of the season. Here comes the punt team. Charlie Jones back to receive. Jeremy Crawshaw to punt this one away. Here is the boot. 6 minutes and 52 seconds left to go. This is a great punt. Unfortunately, it's too good. Too much mustard behind it. Puts it into the end zone. It will be a touchback, and we're going to start this drive. We're going to start this drive on the 20-yard line. Hold the phone. Another flag on the play, though, folks. Let's find out what this is. Only slackers take Friday off, Mario, says Patrick Adams. Thank you very much, Mr. Adams. There's going to be a holding. Receiving team. So what? They're at the 20. It would be a 10-yard penalty. Puts them at the 10-yard line. It will be. Okay, holding. I don't like this referee. He's not calling. I don't know who this referee is. But normally when the referee steps up, they already know what they're going to say. They do the hand motions pretty clear. Here's the call. So now he's making the call. I just don't like how it feels like they're kind of just goofing around right now. 6:48 left to go. This is serious, man. It's Monday Night Football. It is a kickoff, and now the Bengals have the football. It is a 1st and 10 for Cincinnati, but Cincinnati will start this drive on their own 10-yard line due to an offensive holding on the kickoff. Jake Browning out here. Looks like the Jets did score, by the way. The score is 3-10, and I guess a quick commercial break. So we're going to a quick commercial break. Folks, let's take a quick look at the schedule here. The Bengals just got the football back. If the Bengals drop this game, it's not going to get any easier for them at all, guys. Cincinnati Bengals in Week 5 have the Detroit Lions. That's going to be a tough matchup. That's a 3:25 p.m. game, middle of the day. How about Sunday on Week 6? Bengals at Green Bay Packers, also a tough matchup. Packers got to do some soul-searching right now. They got the first 2 wins. Then they dropped that game and then tied with the Dallas Cowboys last night. So haven't won a game in 2 weeks, Green Bay Packers. I'm sure they'll figure it out. Okay, how about here? Thursday Night Football. We will be covering the Bengals again. By the way, Steelers fans, I got you. I'll be covering this one. Shout out to OZ saying, bro, I had to say thank you. Your energy was strong yesterday for the games. I felt great being on Kansas City using the Robinhood app. Dude, I use Robinhood all the time. Are you gambling on Robinhood? Is that a thing? Can you do that? I don't know. But AZK Alt Bridge Company, thank you for checking in, bro. And thank you for that super chat. $10 helps this channel get one step closer. That's actually okay. So I'm actually scratching off Streamlabs off my list. Streamlabs is now covered. And then I guess the next goal that we need for this one is the new RAM for the PC. We got to get RAM for the PC. Couple other things of hardware I'd like to get, don't need to get, but 3 screens instead of just the 2 would definitely help as well, and a couple of other things. But thank you so much for that super chat. Let's get back to football here. Week 7, Thursday Night Football for you Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Ooh, I know you guys are circling this date right here. You're licking your chops to go up against this Bengals team without Joe Burrow. Steelers fans are savage, bro. Steelers fans are ruthless. And if you talk trash about the Pittsburgh Steelers, they will think you kicked their dog. I'm telling you, don't talk trash about the Pittsburgh Steelers to a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. They will ruin your day. Pittsburgh Steelers have a good matchup here. We're talking about the Bengals, but the Steelers have a good matchup there. I think the Bengals should be able to handle the Jets, and then the Bears kind of coming along right now. Bears are 2-2 after this week. Bengals at home. By the way, a lot of home games coming up for Cincinnati. Maybe that will give them some slight advantage. Commercial break is over. Cincinnati has the football. We're at the 10-yard line. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Chase Brown to the left of Jake Browning. 2 receivers on the left. Here's the snap. There's the handoff. Chase Brown cuts inside. Picks up about 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 coming up. Football to the 15. It will start the clock again. Okay. They are pretty helmets for sure, says Courtney. The NFL recruits referees from clown schools, says Throat Punch. There's actually a really interesting process to become an NFL referee. Did you know that you had to actually be a referee for 20 years? Is it 20 or is it 10? I think it's 10. I think it's 10, but it has to be college football. You have to be a college football referee for at least 10 years. The average age of an NFL referee is 52 years old, and not all officials are referees. Here's the snap on 2nd down and 5. Going to air this thing out. The flag coming in. Jamar Chase going to draw the pass interference. This will be good for a 1st down here, Cincinnati. Wow, that's going to hurt big time. That's going to hurt big time. So, a pass interference flag right here going to cripple the Broncos. Broncos, DPI, that's a huge one. 22-yard penalty. And the penalty is going to go against Moss. So Moss going to be pulling on that right shoulder of Jamar Chase, clearly pulling on the shoulder of Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase actually would have caught that pass too if he wasn't slowed down by that extra beat. Okay, guys, this will bring up a fresh new set of downs. 1st and 10 now for the Cincinnati Bengals on the 37-yard line. Bengals with the football. Here we go. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers left. 1 receiver right from the 37. A handoff here. Chase Brown tries to get the wheels going, but he is stuffed by this Broncos front 7. That football, whistles came in, football popped out, but the whistles had already blown this play dead. So a 3-yard pickup for Chase Brown. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Football to the Cincinnati 40-yard line. You dig? Football at the 40. Cincinnati with it. Haven't crossed midfield just yet. We're looking at a 2nd down and 7. And Cincinnati 147 rushing yards through the first 3 weeks. Again, averaging less than 50 yards per game. That is the fewest by any team with a winning record since 1933. I said what I said. Here's the snap, dropping back, winds up, throws, catch is made. Jamar Chase going to get wrapped up and brought down. That'll be a 5-yard pickup. Singleton on the stop. This brings up a 3rd down and 2. Way to prevent the 1st down there by the Broncos defense. 5 minutes left to go. The fewest rushing yards by a winning team since 1933, guys. That blows my mind. The fewest rushing yards by a winning team since 1933, the Cincinnati Bengals. Here we go, 3rd down and 2. Motion as T. Higgins goes to the top of the screen. Looks like this is going to be a throwing play. Jake Browning steps up, calls a quick audible, play clock down to 5. Waiting for the snap here. From the 45, Browning takes it. He throws this one to Higgins just outside of his reach. 4th down and 2 on an incomplete pass. Good coverage there by Moss, getting in his face and making things uncomfortable. Let's actually add a minute back on. We got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go, and they're lined up to go for it. 4th down and 2 from the Cincinnati 45. Go for it or nah. Looks like they are in the huddle now. And the analytics say that they should go for it. Jake Browning in an empty backfield here. They're showing blitz on the Broncos side of things. There seems to be a little confusion on the Broncos side of things. Play clock down to 3. Here's the motion. Jumps off sides. That should be the play. There's a flag coming in. I think they got Ellis to jump. Unless it's a false start. There's a flag on the play. Rayzilla, let's go. Rayzilla saying, I love everybody, but Steelers over all your bum teams, he says. Cheers to you, Rayzilla. Where's the false start? They're calling the false start here on Ted Karras, the center. And they're going to make this a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be a false start instead of offsides. So this will actually back up the Bengals. I disagree with that call. All he did, he was holding the football. You're allowed to look down and look up if you're the center. That's all he did. And Zach Taylor not happy with the call either. So that's a 5-yard penalty. It brings up a 4th and 7. And so now the field goal unit, or the punt team, is out there. And here is the boot. Looks like Recco going to kick this one out to about the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it. They're going to move this one up to about the 36. Bo Nix trying to tell the official where to mark it. 1st and 10 coming up. The Denver Broncos get the football after the punt, folks. Denver Broncos get the football after the punt. We're going to get a 1st and 10 here. Football at the Denver Broncos 36-yard line. Their 2nd possession coming up right now. Go Bengals, says Guy Fortune. Mike saying the Steelers are weak. He says, Mr. Poggi saying punt. Are you guys doing the Rams game on Thursday night, Alex? Yeah, bro. We're doing the Rams game. Come on, dude. Of course we're doing the Rams game. Of course we're doing the Rams game. It's Thursday night football. Why the heck wouldn't we, sir? Here we go. Let's take a quick look. Let's actually bring that up, guys. Thanks for bringing that up is what I should be saying, Alex. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not done your pick'ems for Week 5, which is just a few days away, Week 5 starts. Week 5 starts on Thursday. Your last day to submit your pick'ems is Sunday morning. After you submit your pick'ems, you can change your picks. Do not lose your confirmation email. If you send me a message saying, I don't remember what I picked, I'm sorry, but there are literally hundreds and hundreds of people who are digging through those, so I'm not going to dig through them. You guys, your responsibility. I'm going to give you $100 if you get it right, but if you lose your ticket, that's on you. Okay, guys, let's take a look at it. So if you want to win $100, I dropped the link in the chat. Click on that, submit your Week 5 pick'ems. This is your literally best opportunity so far this season to win $100 because this is the first week of bye weeks. 4 teams on bye week, which means that there are 2 less games that you have to get right. Every single week, we've had at least one person who got 15 of 16 games right. This week, you only need to get 14 right. We will be covering the Rams hosting the 49ers. Santino has agreed to cover the Browns and the Vikings in the early morning slot. I will be doing my Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Jets. We will then be covering immediately afterwards Washington Commanders and Chargers down there. And Sunday Night Football will wrap up with Patriots at Buffalo Bills. Those are the games I'll be covering on top of Monday Night Football, just so you know. One more time, guys, here it is. One more time, if you guys want to sign up for your pick'ems, do not lose your confirmation email. Okay. All right. Here we go. So, 1st and 10 coming up for the Denver Broncos. Motion on the field from J.K. Dobbins as he steps out to the right-hand side. This snap happening from the left hash. Here it is, dropping back. Bo Nix looking left. Bo Nix steps up through the pocket. Bo Nix will pick up about 3 yards before falling forward. 2nd down and 7. So Bo Nix, a short gain right there. 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. Jared Goff, Jared Goff, Jared Goff, Jared Goff, says Brando. Okay. Alex saying the Broncos stink. Mr. Wilson 84 saying Broncos sucked since Elway retired. Tell that to Peyton Manning, sir. Tell that to Peyton Manning. Here we go. 2nd down and 7 with 3 minutes and 55 seconds left to go. We've got a single back formation. Motion on the field. Fakes the toss to the running back. And on the move, Bo Nix will be chased down under pressure. Will deliver a pass. Franklin unable to get his hands on the football. He got one hand on it. Couldn't wrap it up. This will bring up a 3rd down and 7. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 3 minutes and 43 seconds. 3rd down and 7 from the Denver Broncos 39. Denver has yet to cross midfield right now. Looks like TM checking in with a super chat here as well. Thank you, TM Martin. Let's go. TM Martin Esquire. Love it. Shotgun formation. Here we go. From the 38-yard line, the snap, and Bo Nix in a 4-man rush will wind up and throw. The catch is made. This is good for a 1st down. Cortland Sutton is here. 1st down, Denver Broncos. And the Broncos will pick up a 1st down on a 12-yard grab. Bo Nix to Cortland Sutton. 12 yards, takes the football across midfield to the Cincinnati 49. So this just barely across midfield, but they are inside. They've got one toe inside Bengals territory. Can they catch that tiger by the toe? Single back formation, motion on the field once again. The snap fakes the handoff. The play action seems to be working, but the blitz comes in. The windup and the throw. The catch is made out to the 40, the 30, the 25. Brought down. That's going to be Trotman for 26 yards. 1st down, Denver Broncos. Wow, Trotman still on the team, bro? So Trotman makes the catch. Adam Trotman. Looks like he's the number 2 back right now. Lucas Kroll is out. So Adam Trotman makes the grab, 26 yards. This does move the football to the Cincinnati 23, and the Denver Broncos looking good on this drive. Football at the Cincinnati 23-yard line. We are across midfield right here. The snap, the handoff. R.J. Harvey going to make a couple guys miss. R.J. Harvey gets inside the 15, down at the 14. They're going to call this a 1st and 10 coming up now. Excuse me, that was a 1st and 10. That was an 8-yard pickup, a 2nd down and 2 coming up now. They're going to mark this down at the 15, not the 14. That's okay. At the 15, not the 14, but we are inside the red zone, and the Denver Broncos are knocking on the door. Will the Broncos score a touchdown on this drive? Let's find out. R.J. Harvey in the I formation is the 2nd back here from the 15-yard line. Here is the snap. They hand it off to that fullback in front here, and that'll be a gain. Looks like it's going to be Prentice who picks up 4 yards. 4-yard pickup here by the fullback, Adam Prentice. Not a name that we say a whole lot here either. The 28-year-old out of South Carolina. So Adam Prentice, the fullback, gets the carry. We've got about 1.5 minutes left to go here in the 1st quarter. That does pick up a Denver Broncos 1st down. So now we've got a 1st and goal. No, not just yet. We're at the 11-yard line. From the 11, from the 11, 1st and 10. 107 left to go, I formation. The snap, the handoff, going to the left-hand side. R.J. Harvey, J.K. Dobbins will pick up 5 yards. J.K. Dobbins will pick up 5, 2nd down and 5 coming up now. Less than a minute here left to go in the first quarter. They will need to get one more play in before the end of the quarter. Will the Broncos score in quarter number 1? I guess we're about to find out. Here we go. 38 seconds left to go here in the first. The huddle has just now broken. Broncos 37 straight games without I just too late on reading that pop-up right here. Empty backfield. Bo Nix takes the snap. He looks right. He throws right. It's intended this time. Looks like for Bryant. That pass intended for Pat Bryant. The pass is incomplete. It brings up a 3rd down and stops the clock with 22 seconds left to go. 3rd down and 5. Football at the Cincinnati 6-yard line. You understand how close we are? The drive chart is down below so you can see how close they really are. They are knocking on the door right now. Knocking on the door, shotgun formation. 3 receivers on the left-hand side. It's a 3rd down and 5. Bo Nix takes the snap. Nix drops back. Nix will step up through the pocket. He keeps it. He runs in. He scores. Touchdown, Denver Broncos. Touchdown, Bo Nix. Oh, my goodness. So, Bo Nix got himself a touchdown. It wasn't a passing touchdown, but it was a rushing touchdown. That is 6 points on the board. A 6-yard touchdown scramble for Bo Nix. And that's a good place to be. All right, let's go. I love it. Okay, Bo Nix scores. We got a touchdown on the day. It's the first one courtesy of the Denver Broncos. Here comes the extra point attempt from Will Lutz. Here we go. There is the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the score is 7-3. 7-3 right here. And the Broncos now have a 4-point lead with 17 seconds left to go. Rhonda Davis saying, I can almost hear Grossi right now. I wonder why. I would say more Brandon Perna. Isn't he the Broncos guy? Bengals are the best. Put 1 if they are the best, says Ollie Wilkie. Isn't that what Chat Sports does? Let's see. T-Mac with a super chat coming in saying, let's effing go. Let's effing go. Let's go, man. T-Mac, thank you, sir. I feel it, man. You guys are awesome. This has been a great game already so far. Opening quarter, we have 10 points, so on track. Actually, we are not on track for the over just yet. The over-under for today's game is 44.5. 44.5. Let's go ahead and bring that up. It's scrolling by at the bottom of the screen. I guess, no, it's not. I guess, no, it's not. Hang on. One second. We'll get that fixed. Just making sure I get everything clean and updated. There it is. Broncos fans, Bengals fans alike, thank you guys so much for watching. It is Monday, September 29th. It is Monday, September 29th. We've got scrolling text that I'm having to update in real time, but there is your information for today. Jevin Sprunky saying, I will go for the Broncos this time. Bo, PLX loading soon. Rake Flyer with the thumbs up. Alec M saying, I need Bowen Dobbins to have a bad game for fantasy football. I called that Knicks rushing touchdown. Let's go, says Harris. Santino saying, let's effing go. What up, Santino? We got Robert Zamora in the house. Just giving us shout-outs because Robert is the greatest when it comes to that. Thanks again, guys, for all these super chats. Thanks again, guys, for all these beautiful comments coming in right now. Country Kiss is saying, hey, Santino. By the way, Santino, everyone thinks you're a robot. I don't know. I'm not even making that up. Like, half the chat thinks you're like a hologram or something, dude. I don't know. But that's pretty cool, though. The man's a machine. I will say that. The man's a machine for sure. Money on the pony, says Brent Moore. Guys, 63% of this chat room right now is taking the Denver Broncos in the poll that we had to start the game. 63% of you guys believe that the Bengals aren't going to win this one. The Bengals are about to get the football. We are in the middle of a commercial break after that touchdown that was just scored after the Bo Nix rushing touchdown. It was a 6-yard touchdown run. Here's the kickoff from Will Lutz. The Bengals going to bring this one nowhere. They're going to take the knee inside of the end zone here. That puts the football on the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up now for Cincinnati. So Cincinnati gets the football. Sorry about that. Cincinnati gets the football. The score is still 3-7. I had to change possession here. 17 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We are going to go back to a commercial break here soon, but I'm going to ask you guys a quick question. When we get to the next commercial break. So, play clock down to 20. Plenty of time left to go. The football at the 35-yard line here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals with it. We've got a pistol formation. The snap and the handoff this time to Chase Brown on the right-hand side. Tough sledding for him. A 1-yard pickup. A 1-yard pickup on 1st and 10 brings up a 2nd down and 9, and this should take us to the end of the quarter. Quarter number 2 coming up here momentarily. So I guess that was that. Okay. Plenty of time. Tua over 211, JK over 615, Chase over 58.5. Those are Helen's numbers right now. People that say Bengals should shampoo. Okay, thank you, country. I almost read something that maybe I guess I shouldn't have. I mean, what else do you call them? Are they not the Bengals? Are they not the Bengals? Hey, Mario, finishing out the weekend, says Keith Bezo. Thanks, Keith, for checking in. Ward Hanold saying, hey, Robert. Robert, can you help out Helen? Yes, maybe someone can. Okay, I'm going to step away from the chats. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to ask my favorite question. Where are you guys watching from? Where are you guys watching this live stream from right now? Where on the planet of Earth? I'm actually hoping that we get some people in Colorado or in Cincinnati. If you are in the Ohio area, ladies and gentlemen, if you are here because you're backing the Bengals, guess what? Win or lose, I will be covering the Cincinnati Reds tomorrow on this channel. I'm covering the Reds and the Dodgers. The game starts at 8:08 p.m. Don't know why, but it starts at 8:08 p.m. on the dot, according to Major League Baseball. We've got, let's see, Bayaloop, Washington in the house. Cecil in Colorado. Looks like 2 felons in St. Petersburg. Spike D in Pinson, Alabama. We've got Edgar in Geneva, New York. We've got Guy in Hawthorne, Florida. Matt Steve in Kansas. Marva Merriman in Oregon. Ricardo out in Norway. Justin Gall saying in Dublin. Let's go, Justin Gall. We got Beyond Brent in Toledo, Ohio. We got Courtney from Earth. Looks like Van Nuys. I see it. Let's see. Let's keep reading down here. Going to go down this one. That's Cecil's comment. We're going to scroll back up to make sure I get a chance to cover all of these. Hashtag saying hello. What up, hashtag? How you doing? Jersey Devil saying Bandit Angie. Las Cruces, New Mexico. Looks like Dylan is in Ohio. My twin is in Colorado right now, says Helen Galloway. Lucha Libre, dice Charles Alford. Forest Smith, Arkansas, Maga Man. Eric Smith saying Rochester, New York. Colorado Springs for LaShawn. West Virginia in the house. Who is this? Tyreek Hill getting carted off the field? What? Tyreek Hill getting carted off the field right now for the Miami Dolphins. Just goes from bad to worse. Okay, so let's get back to this one. Commercial break is now over. Unfortunately, not a chance to read all of those comments. Here's the quick snap coming out of the break. A throw to the right-hand side, and the catch as made there. Looks like that's going to be, looks like Mike Gesicki on the catch. It was a 2nd down and 9. This is opening up the next quarter, guys. So the second quarter is getting started here. We've got a 3rd down and 1 after the 9-yard grab. Tyreek Hill is out, saying hashtag. By the way, if you guys didn't know, now you know. Tyreek Hill is out, and he has got an air cast on his leg, and he is actually smiling about it. I think he was ready for his season to be over. Here's the snap. That should be a free play. There should be a flag for offsides. Doesn't matter. The flag comes in. Let's find out what this flag is. It's a first down that's picked up either way here. They are going to call this offsides on the defense. That will be declined. John Franklin Myers jumping a little bit early there for the Denver Broncos. So offsides call for the Denver Broncos. 14 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Honestly, I'm a little more upset about that Tyreek Hill injury than I'm letting you guys know right now. That kills me in like 3 different fantasy leagues. Here we go, guys. Shotgun formation, motion on the field. This time from the 49-yard line. The blitz coming in. Jake Browning going to air it out. This time T. Higgins will make a huge catch downfield. They're going to call this one a grab for T. Higgins. Let's find out what the flag is, though. This could be a big first down, or this could be coming back. Illegal formation on the offense. That will hurt the Cincinnati Bengals. These officials trying to make the game about them. Illegal formation, offense. This negates a monster play that got inside the red zone right there. That would have been like a 30-yard bomb to T. Higgins. It feels like Jake Browning prefers T. Higgins over Jamar Chase, but T. Higgins took that one down to the 15-yard line. He made that catch too. Unfortunately, that gets brought back for the Cincinnati Bengals. So, 1st and 15 coming up this time from the 44-yard line, shy of midfield. Flags coming in again, pre-snap here, and this should be a full start on the Bengals now. Oh my goodness, you just lose back-to-back yardage here. It becomes 1st down and 20, basically would have been a hold. 1st and 20 coming up now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and this puts them back on their own 39. Back on their own 39. Here we go. 1st and 20 with 13 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Jake Browning in the shotgun formation. He takes it against the 4-man rush. Will hand this off. Looks like Chase Brown going to try to cut back inside. Moves the legs forward. Will pick up 5 yards on the play. 2nd down and 15 coming up. 2nd down and 15 gets the football to the Cincinnati 44. They're showing another highlight play right here. Tua Tagovailoa will wind up and throw. Catch is going to be made over there for, looked like Miller. Waller, Darren Waller, welcome back, Darren Waller, to the NFL. And Darren Waller will extend the lead 17-3. Miami Dolphins have the lead. There's an injury on the field right now, folks, with 13 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. We've got a Denver Bronco down. He gets back up, and it looks like he'll walk off to the sideline. So a 2nd down and 15 is what we're waiting on. We're waiting for this next play. 2nd down and 15 at the 44. They have just cut to a commercial break. Super Dave saying that the Zebras need to be stopped. Brent Moore saying rough the ref. You ever watch Do you ever watch The Longest Yard, where Adam Sandler just throws the football at the ref's crotch like 3 times in a row? Are you going to call a fair game? Okay. Maybe they need to do that. That was such a good scene. What is up, Jody Smith? Welcome back. Tebow, says David Bowers. Tim Tebow was a very interesting quarterback for sure. Don't play the refs, says Marva Merriman. Okay. Let's take a quick look here. I'm going to read David Baco's comment. Looks like Helen has a problem. Only 4 week shows on her phone. She's trying to do week 5. Okay, so did everyone else get a chance to do week 5? Are we having issues with the pick'ems right now? Is that what's going on? Let me click this link right now. Pick'ems should take you to week 5 if you click the week 5 one on the website here. Click this link, guys. You can skip the website right now. This will take you directly to the Week 5 pick'ems instead of having to go to my website right now. Instead of having to go to my website, David Baco, and anyone else who wants to play, Helen or anyone else, y'all can click that one. That takes you directly to the Google Doc page instead of to the Football Nation pick'ems. You got it, Helen? Okay, let's go. Cool. Tight. Okay, sweet. So, taking a quick look here, we looked at the schedule for the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's take a look at the schedule here for the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos have a tough matchup next week, guys. Week 5 for Denver, it's going to be the 1st October game, and it's going to be Broncos at Philly. Broncos at Philly That's a really good matchup in Week 5. I think Philadelphia will end up going 5-0 after that game, but what do I know? 9:30 a.m., another Euro game. Santino, if you're up for it, this would be yours here as well, man, if you want it. We've got Week 7 here. Giants at Broncos. Week 8, Cowboys at Broncos. Week 9, Broncos at Texans. Right now, the Bengals have the football. The Broncos are on defense. 2nd down and 15 from the 44. Here's the move out to the right-hand side. Jake Browning in trouble, has to throw this thing away. Pass is incomplete. 3rd down and 15 coming up with about 12:49 left to go. Okay. The longest yard was so good. Okay, that worked. Said, okay, nice. Riella got it. 45-yard scramble for Justin Fields, says Marty, ready to party. Looks like Justin Fields is back in it. 12 minutes and 49 seconds. 3rd down and 15. With 12:49 left to go, the Bengals looking to convert a really long 3rd down here. And the play clock is starting to wind down. I don't see players fully set. Jake Browning looks confused. Play clock down to 2. Play clock down to 1. Jake Browning, play clock down to double zeros. Why would you do that? Delay of game flag on this one. Come on. Are you even trying? Wake up, dude. There are literally clocks on both sides of the field so you could pay attention. I feel like at that level, man, you shouldn't be conceding a delay of game no matter what. Terrible decision-making. Like, just make the call. You're the quarterback, bro. See, this is why you're the backup. This is why you're the backup, Jake. This is why you're the backup. 3rd down and 20 coming up, putting them back at the 39. Browning by himself in the backfield here. Looks like they've got Chase Brown as a wide receiver, so 5 wide, dropping back. Browning finds Chase. Chase on the move. Jamar Chase having to stiff arm a couple of dudes. He will pick up about 10 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 4th down and 10. 4th down and 10 from the Cincinnati 49. They are in no man's land, and they're going to end up having to punt. So it wasn't a 3-and-out, but it is an empty possession here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals going to end up having to give the football back to the Denver Broncos. Let's see where this punt goes. I mean, Jamar Chase, as long as you can keep these guys happy, man. Here we go. We've got the punt team coming out right now. Sasha and Savisha, welcome back. Johnny Blade saying, don't have the Bengals. All right, y'all. Here's the snap. Here's the boot. Whistles coming in. Is this going to be another delay of game? Oh, my goodness. Cincinnati, wake up, dude. Wake up, Cincinnati. What are you doing? 12:05 left to go. Another penalty here for a delay of game on the Cincinnati Bengals. What are they doing? Oh, my goodness. Wow. Okay. So, maybe they wanted to get those 5 yards. Maybe Cincinnati wanted to get 5 yards further back so that they could kick a higher punt. I'm actually thinking about it, slowing things down and thinking about it. That's probably not the worst thing that could have happened. Here's the snap. Here is the boot. And this one goes back, and it will take a friendly bounce at the line. Oh, my goodness. It bounced on the end zone line. Recau puts this one into the end zone. It's a touchback. 1st and 10 coming up for the Denver Broncos now. 1st and 10 coming up for the Denver Broncos now at their own 20. So, this takes us back to a commercial break. Happy Monday, everyone. It is Monday. We are live right now. We are in San Antonio, Texas. Let me ask you guys one of my other favorite questions. Who is your favorite NFL team? Who is your favorite NFL team, guys? We do have Week 5 pick'ems. I'm going to let you know where y'all are at right here. Bengals next week have that matchup with the Detroit Lions. Philadelphia Eagles, I see you, Helen, matchup with the Denver Broncos coming up right now. I think Hill's season is over. I think so, too. Jose, Broncos going on with the Philadelphia Eagles. Buffalo Bills next week, guys. Buffalo has a game against the New England Patriots. I see Jevin with the 49ers. 49ers have Thursday night football here with the LA Rams. Misty, and Oliver checking in for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs have the matchup with this Jacksonville Jaguars. Dallas Cowboys, I see you, Rhonda. Dallas Cowboys have the New York Jets coming up. Pittsburgh Steelers actually on a bye week. Pittsburgh Steelers on a bye week. We've got the Falcons on a bye week. We've got the Packers on a bye week, and we've got I almost said the Cubs, the Bears on a bye week. Arizona Cardinals next week go up against the Tennessee Titans. That should be a win for Arizona. I see the Seattle Seahawks listed out here. Seattle Seahawks will have their matchup. Oops, I lost him. Where is Seattle? Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's a good solid matchup right there. Charles saying Houston Oilers. Been a while since we've seen them, huh? How about the Indianapolis Colts taking their first L of the season this week? Colts looking to get right again against the black hole here in the Raiders. We got the LA Chargers, Washington Commanders. I will be covering that game as well. Freedom Boom saying New York Knicks. We won't be covering the New York Knicks until March of 2026, but we will be covering the New York Knicks next season. John Jackson saying the Lions have the Bengals. Let's see, who else out here? Who did we not cover? New York Giants, guys. Giants, Saints. Dolphins, Panthers, Ravens. Y'all will be hosting the Houston Texans next week. This is the schedule for Week 5, and we're looking to give out $100 every single week. If you have not signed up for this week's Pick'ems, it's absolutely free. Click the link in the description below, and you can find it. Here we go, guys. 1st and 10, Denver Broncos with the football. 1st and 10, Denver with the football in the shotgun. Bo Nix will throw to the left. The catch is made. Mims will take this forward. Pick up about 10 or 11 on the play. That's good for a Denver Broncos first down. First down for Denver on the opening play. Moves the football from the 20 to the 31. So 1st and 10 to the Denver 31. They're showing this scramble over here, this huge scramble for Justin Fields, who cuts back, keeps shaking and baking, takes it all the way to the end zone. What a run. Okay, that's the different game. That's the other Monday Night Football game happening right now. Here is the snap, dropping back. Bo Nix will run out to the right-hand side. A wind-up and a throw. Catch made on the right-hand side. Looks like Trotman incomplete. Doesn't get both feet in bounds. Trotman steps on the line. Stops the clock with 11:15. 2nd down and 10. Trotman made the catch, but he couldn't keep both feet in bounds. 2nd down and 10. 22 seconds left to go here on the play clock. 11:15. They're showing the replay one more time. Trotman definitely had his heel on the line. Good call by the official. Good call by the official. All right. Edgar, I see you out there. Throw punch, I see you out there. All right. Throw punch saying it's going to be a battle of the birds in the Super Bowl. On 2nd down and 10 from the 31-yard line, Bo Nix throws to the left-hand side. This time Trotman is there again. He does make the catch. He will pick up 6 yards. It's a 3rd down and 4 coming up right now, but you really want to see Courtland Sutton get involved. You really want to see R.J. Harvey get involved. You really want to see J.K. Dobbins get involved here, and you want to see Bo Nix do something special. First season with the Broncos here for Evan Ingram, 3rd team in 9 seasons. He did miss last week with a back injury. He is in on this play right now. Evan Ingram, no targets tonight. Shotgun formation. Bo against the blitz will wind up and throw. The catch is made. Cutting back, Courtland Sutton. Shake and bake. Courtland Sutton will pick up about 15 yards on the play, maybe 20 and some change. There's a flag coming up right now. We'll stop the clock here. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. It's going to be a flag. It's going to be an offsides on the defense. That penalty is going to be declined. And the Denver Broncos move this one 19 yards for a Denver Broncos first down. First down for Denver. 1st and 10 coming up for Denver. That moves the football to the Cincinnati 44. 11 minutes. Looks like more like 10 minutes left to go here. 10 minutes left to go in the first half of this one. Two receivers at the top of the screen, motion on the field. Bo Nix waits for the snap. Here it is, a four-man rush against Bo Nix. Runs out of time, has to throw through the hands of R.J. Harvey. Harvey was wide open on that 1st and 10. Pass incomplete. We'll stop the clock with 10:03. 2nd down and 10 coming up. The football stays at the Cincinnati 44. So we are across midfield. Denver Broncos in Bengals territory. Denver Broncos in their territory. It's a good throw to the left-hand side, but hey, Mariners in playoffs. Larry, I haven't been tracking Mariners. Yeah, Mariners not only in playoffs, the Mariners are like legit. Here's a 2nd and 10. R.J. Harvey, left-hand side. R.J. Harvey gets blown up. Looks like not going to pick up the first down here. 3rd down and 4 after a 6-yard pickup. 3rd down and 4 after a 6-yard pickup gets the clock ticking. Go Padres, says throw punch. Johnny Blade saying, I love the small football field visual. I got you, Johnny Blade. I've got multiple down here for you. CBS is the game tracker up top. ESPN is the game tracker on bottom. 3rd down and 4. Stats brought to you by ESPN on the right side of the screen. In case you're wondering what these are and why, here is the snap. Dropping back. Bo Nix will wind up and throw. Catch is made. A spin move. Cortland Sutton has some room. The 30, the 20, down inside the 20 at the 16-yard line. 1st down, Denver. And the Broncos will pick up another 1st down. 1st and 10 coming up after the grab from Cortland Sutton. Looks like he is alive and well, except now we've got an injured player on the field. Looks like Knight for the Bengals is down. Looks like Knight for the Bengals is down. We are inside the red zone, though. This might take us to another injury timeout. Ooh, David saying the Dolphins scored. Devon Achane is in. I've got Achane for sure. Hoping to see a Chase Brown touchdown here. Got 2 running backs in this game. I need Devon Achane to put up like 40 points if I have any chance of beating Santino today. And that's never good, guys. Demetrius Knight is down right now. He is a rookie. He was a 2nd-round pick in the 2025 draft, and they are looking at his right knee and doing an on-field ACL test right now. It's when they take the front of your knee and they feel the joint area right here, and then they literally like they wiggle your knee, and if it slides, they can literally tell almost instantly without an MRI if you've torn that ACL. They're doing a test on him right now. We'll see how it goes. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for that super chat out here. But I don't have any CYA material to talk about that right now. OZK Alt Building Colorado. I do appreciate that super chat. He says, if you like me and you like free money, then maybe you'd like to bet on the Broncos at 80 cents a contract. Bet on the Broncos, he says. Here's the handoff to Mims. Mims goes around the left-hand side. Mims to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Denver Broncos! And the Broncos will score a touchdown here. Broncos put 6 points on the board. Broncos put 6 points on the board. Okay. Father Time asking, is the turf tearing them up? You know why grass is better than turf? Because you can't smoke turf. Okay, that's a touchdown here. Marvin Mims on an end around. Here's the snap. There's the hold. There's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. That drive, 8 plays, 80 yards, 3 minutes. Extra point attempt is there. The score is 14-3, and this is kind of what we expected here. Let's see if Jake Browning can get this thing figured out. The other game in Miami seems to be heating up. Multiple touchdowns over there. 14-3 in this one with 8:56 left to go. It's time to go back to another commercial break. All right, y'all. So we are, looks like about 12 people shy of getting to 44.7. The goal for today's live stream would try to be to crack 45,000. Don't know if we will get there today. At the end of the day, subscribers are great, but making sure that you guys are entertained, that you guys continue coming back, that you guys want to see more of Football Nation, that's what this is about. Making sure that you guys enjoy being part of this community. Reading some of the comments right now that are coming in. Jordan saying, I need Cortland to go off for fantasy team. Motivated by you, 74, and Victoria, 74, saying, and you're a comedian, he says. I already picked my Week 5 pick'ems. Let's go, TM Martin. Helen Galloway saying, let's effing go. I love it, Helen. I love it. Brandon Cole Photography checks in saying, I think we need a Dobbins for a touchdown, man. You need a Dobbins for a touchdown? I hope to get it. Nothing personal, brothers, says Edgar Vasquez. It's a fun game, says David Bacco. I think this one's okay, too. It's definitely a lot more fun if you're a Denver Broncos fan. Right now, the Bengals are struggling to find what is so fun about this one, and that's understandable, Bengals fans. That's totally understandable. Jevin saying, hi, Mario, go Broncos. David Bowers saying, turf equals carpet. You know what happens first half? Broncos look like winning, but the Bengals end up waking up, says Jay Anderson. Looks like Jay Anderson still hoping for it. Cincinnati lunch meat, says Ray Zilla out here with the $2 super chat. Appreciate that, Ray Zilla. Cincinnati lunch meat, he says. Let's see. Bench Cam says Bulk Rhino Darius. Where is Dobbins? Asked Spokane Cole. Touchdown incoming. Is anyone in here waiting for the new NBA season to start? Manuel, right here, brother. Looks like the San Antonio Spurs open up this season against the Dallas Mavericks. At least that's what I was last checking. But the next thing coming up for this channel, guys, the next live stream on this channel is actually going to be baseball. I will be live for this game tomorrow night, Cincinnati Reds and LA Dodgers. I really personally, as a Yankees fan, wanted to cover this game. Won't be able to cover game one, but on Wednesday we will be covering the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. And then Thursday night football. I might even cover another baseball game Thursday morning and then finish up with Thursday night football. Here's the kickoff, guys. The Bengals get the ball back. Here is the return, and it looks like it gets out to about the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Call against Bengals, says Super Dave. Go Dodgers, says LaShawn. Go Cubs, says Jevin Sprunky. There is a flag on this play. Let's find out what it is. So, offensive holding on the receiving team. There is a flag. This will be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and this will back the Cincinnati Bengals up to the 14-yard line. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Cincinnati Bengals. 8 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in the first half. I do have a trivia quiz for you at halftime, so don't go anywhere. I do have a trivia quiz for you. Jeff saying, my daughter is playing middle school volleyball. I had to listen to the game with headphones. I got you, Jeff. That's what this is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to a color radio broadcast of this game brought to you by Football Nation. I am your host. My name is Mario Manuel. Right now on the camera, Zach Taylor is losing his mind with the officials. We've got a pistol formation from the 14-yard line. Cincinnati with possession. Motion on the field. Jake Browning takes the snap. The pressure coming in. Browning fakes the handoff. Will wind up and throw the pass incomplete. Intended for Tinsley again. This brings up a 2nd down. 8:36 left to go here in the first half. They're showing this holding call, and that, I mean, kind of, but not exactly. The holding call was against Anderson. Here we go. We've got a 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10. If I'm Cincinnati, I would continue feeding Chase Brown. They're not going to do that, though. We're in a shotgun formation. Motion on the field here as Jamar Chase goes to the far left-hand side. At the bottom of the screen, here's the snap, changing his mind, and Jake Browning will deliver a huge pass to T. Higgins. The pass is incomplete with 8:31 left to go. 3rd down and 10. We might see a quick 3 and out here for the Cincinnati Bengals unless something special happens. Yankees 4-0 in the 76 World Series, says Wolfie Reds. Can Hill be all right if it's just a dislocated knee? I mean, he could be. Country saying, did you like this live yet? Did you like this live yet, guys? How many of you guys are avid watchers and you just forgot to hit the like button, don't forget it, guys. Smash that like button. It actually means something for this channel. Shotgun formation. Play clock down to 4. Jake Browning takes the snap against the 4-man rush. Browning will step out of the pocket. He had a clean pocket, bad pocket awareness right there by Browning. He felt the players getting closer to him, but he was well protected. He could have delivered a pass from that pocket. Instead, he went on the run. He threw the football. There's a flag on the play. Chances are it's going to be an offensive holding, and it'll probably be declined. And that is going to be the call, but the camera, what's going on with this referee? Why is he not making the calls like you would expect him to be making these calls? You just expect America to know what's going on. Holding. Offense, Cincinnati Bengals, looks like number 71. 10-yard penalty, replay 3rd down, except the penalty was declined. It'll be a 4th and 10. Here is the boot coming in right now. This is the worst referee ever. Here's the snap. Here is the punt. And this one goes back. A high-hanging kick, a monster punt. My gosh, inside the 20 across. He kicked that from his own end zone into the 20-yard line. That was an 80-plus yard boot. That's going to put the Denver Broncos after a 10-yard return. 1st and 10 from the 30. That was an impressive punt, if I'm being honest. Okay, what are the Bengals doing, says Country Kisses. Danny saying, let's go Bengals. Is the AFC North cooked? ? Says Wiz. Dude, the way the Ravens are starting, the fact that the Browns only have 1 win. Let's take a look at the division. I'm glad you said that. Let's take a look at the AFC North. This is AFC East and AFC South, maybe? Who else do I have out here? AFC. Oh, it's AFC North. Perfect. These are the records scrolling by at the very bottom of the screen, guys. Cincinnati Bengals right now are 2-1. I have them ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. They're probably not going to be ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers after today. Pittsburgh Steelers 3-1. Cincinnati Bengals likely going to be 2-2, but that puts them in 2nd place. Here comes the snap from the 30-yard line. Bo Nix with the football. We'll check it down. This play goes backwards. Another flag on this one. Looks like 8:04 left to go. And the catch was made by Adkins. It's going to be a loss of a couple yards right now. Penalty, ineligible downfield player. The penalty is going to be declined here. So, again, if it wasn't for these, now the camera cuts over to the referee. Ineligible man downfield. The penalty is declined. 2nd down and 9 coming up here. So they're going to give him a 1-yard gain. It didn't look like a gain at all. It looked like actually a loss of yardage. But the Broncos still have the football. Broncos with the football at the Denver 31. They're at their own 31-yard line. We've got a single back formation. Motion on the field here. Fakes the end around. Tosses to R.J. Harvey. Harvey looking shifty. Harvey gets blown up by Wilson, though. There's a flag on the play again. Oh, my gosh. Is someone keeping track of how many flags we've seen here? 7:51 left to go. Another flag on the play. Who is this one on? Illegal use of hands to the face on the Cincinnati Bengals. And again, the camera not focused on the referee. If I didn't have the notes popping up in real time on this side, I wouldn't be able to see. Anyways, the penalty, illegal use of hands, hands to the face. This is going to be on Trey Hendrickson, and this will end up being an automatic Denver Broncos 1st down. So a penalty here moves them forward. 1st and 10 coming up for these Cincinnati Bengals. The score in the other game, by the way, 24-10 with 1:51 left to go in that 3rd quarter. We've got ourselves a single back formation here. Penalties, already 11 penalties today. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff. R.J. Harvey, J.K. Dobbins going to get the carry. J.K. Dobbins going to make a couple of guys miss, and J.K. Dobbins on 1st and 10 will pick up about 9 yards on the play. It brings up a 2nd down and 1. Okay, 7:25 left to go. So I'm going to keep marking these. We've got 11 so far, and I'm going to keep adding on. 11 flags in this play already in the 1st half. The refs need smelling salts, says Brent Moore. 2nd down and 1 with 7 minutes left to go here. We're past the midway point. Thank you, OZK Altbridge, for the super chat. 2nd down and 1. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff to the right-hand side. And this is going to be a big game. Looks like J.K. Dobbins will end up running into one of his own players. Unfortunately, that will slow down his potential touchdown run. This will be good for a first down here. A 12-yard gain for J.K. Dobbins. First down. All right. So, appreciate that super chat, OZK Alt Building Company. Trying to drop his investment knowledge on the chat room right now. I actually plan to start a completely separate channel for investments. So that could be something where it feels a little more appropriate. Here's a 1st and 10 from the 40. A big gap here. Gonna cut inside. Gonna pick up 15 and maybe a little more. A gain of 17 yards right there. J.K. Dobbins will pick up a first down, but hold the phone. There's another flag. Holding against the offense. This will be a 10-yard penalty. Replay the down. So this makes it 12. I'm just going to add some on. So we've got 11. Now we've got 12. 12 flags in this game so far. Already in the first half. 12 penalties in the first half of this game. Dobbins to the left-hand side did pick up a ton of yardage. It's going to be a repeat of this one. It's a first and it'll be a 1st and 20. Looks like it happened 1 yard past that. So 1st and 19 is what it says on my TV screen. From the 49-yard line in Bengals territory, a throw to R.J. Harvey on the right-hand side. Harvey will get blown up after picking up about 2 yards. This will bring up a 2nd down and 17. 2nd down and 17. The clock is continuing to tick here with about 5.5 left to go. Browns are done this decade, says Throw Punch. Let's go, Broncos. I don't know, man. Is it Kevin Stefanski running things out there? I think he's got potential. He just don't think that they've got it figured out right now. Defensively, they're set. Offensively, they've got Joe Flacco and Jerry Jeudy. Quinshon Judkins, maybe. Dylan Sampson, who? Pistol formation, motion on the field. Troy Franklin going to the top. Here's the snap, a little play action. Bo Nix will wind up and throw. He delivers a beautiful pass to Troy Franklin. Catch is made. Good for 23 yards. First down, Denver Broncos. It's starting to feel like Troy Franklin is the wide receiver 1 here for Denver. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. This puts them at the 24-yard line. That was a levels play. That was a dagger route. I like that. An in route. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff. Looks like R.J. Harvey going to pick up a couple of yards and take this football inside of the red zone. Football's now inside the red zone. Here we go. Football now inside the red zone. Alex Knee 1 saying 3 more yards to Franklin, please. Mongo Tag saying I have him on my bench. And Patrick saying I'm drinking a poltergeist. I've heard of a poltergeist. 2nd down and 3 coming up. A throw to the left-hand side. Troy Franklin gets the catch again. There's your guy. Troy Franklin will pick up the first down. Call that a gain of 7. Call that a first down, Denver Broncos. This takes them down to the 10-yard line. This will bring up a 1st and goal for Denver on that catch right there. 1st and goal coming up now from the 10-yard line. The Denver Broncos have the football. Bo Nix doing all right in this game. He's completed 10 of 15 for 128 yards in the first half so far. From the 10, it really feels more like the 11, and it doesn't seem like it's a 1st and goal if I'm being honest. So from the 11, here's the snap, a little play action on the wheel, on the bootleg, going to throw to the left-hand side. Only keeps 1 foot down. Evan Ingram unable to hold on to stay in bounds. Evan Ingram made the catch, couldn't stay in bounds. This brings up a 2nd down. It's not and goal, it's and 10. 2nd and 10. Let's watch this one more time. Bo Nix threw it to Evan Ingram. Ingram got 1 toe, got half the foot on the sideline. Bad play right there. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. 3:20 left to go in the first half. Second down and 10. We do have a 2-minute warning. The Broncos have 2 timeouts remaining. The Bengals have all 3 of theirs. Motion on the field. Here is the snap. Bo Nix will fake the handoff. He will pump fake. He will throw. Catch is made. Almost inside right there. Catch made by Evan Ingram on the right-hand side. Takes it inside the 5. Looks like down inside the 4. They're calling it a 3rd down and 1 at the 2. That seems like generous ball placement. 3rd down and 1 at the 2. Here we go. 3rd and 1 with 2 minutes and 56 seconds left to go. They need to get to the 1-yard line to move the sticks here. Really, they probably want the touchdown, though. This drive, 11 plays, 68 yards, 5 minutes and 27 seconds. Motion on the field. If they score here, this is going to start feeling like a blowout. Here's a direct snap to R.J. Harvey. R.J. Harvey tries to find the crease. Great job defensively. No gain there. And Hill will make the stop. It brings up a 4th down and 1 with 2:27. You probably decide to go for it here. It's a 4th down and 1. Bo Nix trying to quiet down the crowd right now. You see Bo Nix doing this. This could take us to the 2-minute warning. It's 4th and 1. They could take the field goal. They're going to go for it instead. Are they going to get the playoff before the 2-minute warning? Or are they going to get this playoff before the 2-minute warning? Timeout going to be called. Stops the clock with 2:04. Looks like the Bengals got nervous here. Bengals going to give a timeout up. 30-second timeout here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Reggio saying, take the 6, go for it, says Mark McKay. What up, Reggio? If stopped, it's on the 2 anyway, says Ryan Meehan. I'm with you, Ryan. I agree to that, bro. Ryan bringing up a good point. It doesn't matter. I mean, if they go for it, unless they fumble the football or throw an interception, it's terrible field position for the Bengals. They'll probably just get the football right back. So Ryan Meehan says, if it's stopped, it's on the 2 anyways. So facts. Let's see. Tua needs some more runs, says Helen Galloway. Tua needs to protect his eggshell head. That's what Tua really needs to do. Here we go. What's going on, Todd Thurman? Thank you for checking in. My fan's blowing a little harder than usual. You can see my tie starting to lift up right here. 4th down and 1. Here we go. Broncos with the football on 4th down. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Bo Nix to the right-hand side. He will throw, and it's intercepted by the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, my goodness. This will start the Bengals drive on the 20. No points on the board. The Broncos could have had a 14-point lead with a field goal. Instead, they got greedy. And it will be a turnover. Bo Nix with a turnover here. Yikes, bro. 1:58 left to go. It becomes Cincinnati Bengals football. That's a clear pick. Ooh, yeah, that's a clear pick, bro. He picked that off. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Wow, that was like this far from the ground. Okay, guys, this takes us to another quick commercial break. We are close to halftime, and we just hit 44.7. Let's see if we can get to 44.8 after halftime here. Challenge that, says Jose. I don't think so, bro. I don't think that's a challengeable one. I think he made the catch. Bengals are still in this one, says David Bacco. They are. Johnny Valencia saying overthrow for sure. Wolfie saying drop kick it. That would be fun to see. Take your shoe off and kick it. By the way, a turd don't count, says Mark. Wait, what? What? Challenge that, says Jose. I don't think that's a challengeable one. Get the points, says Tanaka Torres. Welcome back. Thank you very much, Angus Hutchings. My name is Mario. I appreciate you watching. I'll put that down at the bottom of the screen in case you guys are curious. My name is Mario Manuel. You're watching Football Nation. Hey, guys, if y'all want to connect with me on different platforms, I'm out there on Twitch. I'm out there on TikTok. You can check out my website scrolling by at the bottom of the screen. You can check out my Instagram. You can connect with me on Facebook. If you go to my website, www.footballnationusa.com, it has links to all of my socials out there. So if you want to connect with us, if you want to see some of the different things that I have on the different platforms, because they are not all the same, check that out. Why did you jinx it, says Ryan Meehan. Vamos Bengals, says Danny Galvin. Linda saying subscribe. Thank you, Linda. Ball hit the ground, says Jose. I didn't see it hit the ground. I just needed to hit, please, says Bart 2010. No Jail Browning high school season. Go Bengals. Where are my Bengals fans at? Talk to me, Bengals fans. I'm going to drop some of these out here. Where are my Bengals fans at? Where's my orange and black? Looking for orange and black out here. Don't know how many Broncos fans or how many Bengals fans we have. You need to make a YouTube for bets. I see you, Marva. I see you, Lolita. Jake Browning had a crazy high school season, if you don't know. Hooday saying Ashley E. What up? That's a real Bengals fan out there. Ashley E. saying Hooday. Start an investment channel is a good idea, says Patrick Wonder. I think so too, man. I definitely think so too. Sean Payton is a gambler, and I think he's trying to get Knicks some more confidence. They need Ocho Cinco. Marva Merriman dropping the hearts here as well. All right, guys, here's the commercial break. It's now over. The snap and the handoff. Chase Brown on 1st and 10 from the Bengals 20-yard line will pick up 4 yards. It brings up a 2nd down and 6. So Chase Brown, a modest gain around the left-hand side. It brings up a 2nd and 6. The clock is ticking with 1:40 left to go. The Bengals have 2 timeouts remaining. Here's the snap from the 24. Jake Browning going to run out to the left-hand side. He's got space. He's going to keep. He will be short of the line to gain. He does stop the clock by running out of bounds, though. 1:28 left to go. 3rd down and 3. This could be an easy 3 and out here. Here we go. Houday says 45. Mags Wolf. Elaine, I see you. We miss and love our Joe Burrow. You mean Bangled. The Bangled Tigers. The Cincinnati Bengals. The shotgun formation. Chase Brown to the left-hand side. Jake Browning staring down the face of a possible blitz. My new NFL Red Zone. Thank you, Jaded Raw, on that $2 super chat. Here comes a 3-man pressure. And just like that, it only took 3 guys to get there. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. Cooper and Nick Bonito on a split sack right there. 4th down coming up. They got through that offensive line with 3 people. They camouflaged the blitz. It looked like a blitz for sure. And they only rushed 3. Jake Browning got crushed in the pocket there. Don't know how that happened. But talk about a blown assignment. My goodness, Cooper was in fast, bro. 4th down and 9 coming up. 4th down and 9 coming up with 1:24. Looks like the Broncos used another timeout because they want a chance to score. Here comes a punt team. The Jets are losing, says John Jackson for sure. 13-24 in that game. 13-24 in that game. Here is the punt team. There is the kick. It's punt practice today. More punts than points here for the Bengals. There is the kickoff, and we get a return from Marvin Mims to the 20. Tries to cut inside, gets wrapped up at about the 21. They're going to call it out at the 20-yard line. 1:09 left to go. So with 69 seconds left to go, giggity, 69 seconds left to go. We've got a 1st and 10 coming up for Denver. Denver with the football. They will start this drive on their own 20-yard line. They probably just want to get to field goal range and make this a 2-touchdown game. The Bengals are getting trampled right now, says Magaman. The poll was for Knicks 2 passing touchdowns, question mark? Uh-oh. Well, we'll see what happens here. Almost 2,000 votes as we approach halftime right now, guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us on Football Nation. Welcome, high fives to everyone kicking it with us right now. My name is Mario. I hope you're enjoying the live stream so far. 1st and 10, 20-yard line. Denver Broncos with the football, a shotgun formation. Bo Nix sending Troy Franklin in motion. He will wind up and actually check it down. Catch made this time by Evan Ingram. And Ingram will pick up about 2 yards on the play. This will keep the clock ticking. It's 2nd down. 56 seconds left to go. Make the play quick here. Shotgun formation. As we hit the 50-second mark, Bo Nix against a 4-man rush, steps into a pocket, will wind up and throw. Catch is made. Multiple flags on the play. He goes down. Troy Franklin, another grab. Clearly the favorite target of Bo Nix right now. Let's find out what this flag is on the play. It's going to be a holding on the defense. And I only know this. Oh, here we go. Now we've got him saying holding defense. The penalty is declined. 1st down. So 1st down picked up here by the Denver Broncos. 1st down picked up by Troy Franklin. This will, as soon as they whistle this in, this will start the clock again. This should have started the clock again. It didn't. Here's the snap. Here's the windup and the throw to the left-hand side. Incomplete pass will stop the clock with 38 seconds left to go. That one intended for Evan Engram on 1st and 10 after the pickup. So 2nd and 10 coming up. The football to the Denver Broncos 33. Drive chart down below for those of you who are interested in having some additional visuals to supplement the play calling here. With 38 seconds left to go in the first half, we have a 2nd down and 10. Denver Broncos lead this game by 11. A shotgun formation. Broncos with the football. Here's the snap from the 33. Bo Nix out of time. Bo Nix will wind up and overthrow the intended receiver. 3rd down and 10 coming up. 33 seconds left to go. 3rd and 10 on the 33 with 33 seconds on the play clock and 33 seconds on the game clock. Trying to get inside of Will Lutz's field goal range. We'll see if they can. Cowboys and Packers are fit to be tied, says Sasquatch. Dave Clifton saying Tyreek Hill is out. Facts. Scroll down a bit so you can see the rest of the chart. I got you here. It does. There's only so much I can show, but that's the rest of the players out there. Not all of them. That's all of them. Here's the snap on 3rd down and 10. Going to wind up and throw. A tight window. The catch is made by Marvin Mims. Oh, my goodness. Timeout called right here by the Broncos. That should be their final. A huge gain for 28 yards for Marvin Mims. Final timeout going to be called by the Denver Broncos. This is a 1st down for Denver. Out to the Cincinnati 39. 1st down Broncos. Let's ride, Broncos country. Ain't that right? Here we go. Nice pass, says Living Like Larry. Dude, he threw a rope. That was a dart, man. He absolutely laid that one out. That was a bullet pass if I've ever seen one. Put that just an inch away. Oh, man, he put that just an inch away. Geno Stone needed to be there to make that stop, or Marvin Mims would have scored a touchdown on that play. Good tackle by Geno Stone at the end of it. 26 seconds left to go here for the Denver Broncos, who have the football inside a field goal range, although this would be about a 58-yarder. This would be about a 58-yarder. Okay, so 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 39, looking to pick up a little more yardage here. Plenty of time. No timeouts remaining, but 25 seconds with a short field. Here's the snap from the 39. A wind up and a throw. The catch is made. Running to the sideline. Good, smart choice there. And it looks like Batty. Yes, Batty. His name is Batty. Making a Batty of a play. An 11-yard pickup for another Denver Broncos. 1st down. Takes the football to the, looks like from the 49 to the 39. Let's recheck this. Actually, he looks like he took that one out to the 28, so my apologies there. Out to the 28, runs out of bounds. Hendrickson on the sideline now. Trey Hendrickson for the Cincinnati Bengals taking a knee and pointing to his left foot. Okay. From the 28-yard line on the field, shotgun formation, play clock down to 3. Bo Nix takes the snap. Bo Nix will wind up and throw. Pass is incomplete, intended for Batty again. Okay, I'll be the first one to let you know that I have no idea who Tyler Batty is. Tyler Batty out of Missouri, 25 years old, wearing number 28, only 5'8". He does have the 2nd catch of the season for him, or I guess only 1 rushing attempt this season. He is one of the running backs on this team, 3rd-string running back for this Broncos offense. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. 2nd down and 10, football at the 28-yard line. Empty backfield for Bo Nix. Here is the snap. He will look left, throw left. Catch is made by Cortland Sutton. A flag in on the play. 13 seconds left to go. Let's find out what this flag is going to be. They're going to call this a defensive offsides. Offsides against the Bengals defense. Waiting for the white hat to say it. Offsides. Defense. That penalty will be declined. It's a good catch right there. It's an 8-yard pickup for Cortland Sutton. We got Eric Warner, who just became a channel member. Thank you, Eric Warner. Welcome to First Downs, my friend. Welcome to First Down, Eric Warner. Here we go. Oh, it's called bidet. Instead of, is it really? It can't be called bidet. That would be the worst name ever. Yeah, my name is bidet. Your name is what? Like the toilet apparatus? Your name is what? 3rd down and 2 coming up. Again, this catch and play was made in bounds. The officials threw a flag. That clock should have been winding. The throw to the end zone. The catch is made. Courtland Sutton gets a touchdown. Touchdown, Denver Broncos. Oh, my goodness. Bo Nix delivers a rocket for 20 yards on the play from the 20-yard line to the end zone. Touchdown, Denver Broncos. Oh my goodness, Courtland Sutton with the grab. 8 seconds left to go. Wow. Wow. And Courtland Sutton definitely lost his breath as he hit the ground flat on his back, got winded on that hit. Got winded on it, but it doesn't matter. He made the catch. He got in the end zone. There's the extra point attempt. It's up. It's good. And the score is 21-3. That's the first passing touchdown then, I guess, of the day for Bo Nix. He had a rushing one. We had a different one from, was it Harvey or was it Mims? Do we have 2 passing touchdowns today? No, that's the first one. That's the first passing touchdown. Courtland Sutton with 19 fantasy points in the opening half of this game. 8 seconds left to go. Full point PPR, 81 yards, 1 touchdown, 19 points. How about that? Andrew Carpenter saying sports entertainment. That's what we're here for, my friend. I'm going to scroll up a little bit so you guys can see some more of the data. Take a look at how different these two teams have been playing. First half of the game for Denver, 305 yards. That is what some teams average in an entire game. This is the first half. The Bengals defense does not exist, and the offense, nowhere to be found with Jake Browning. They need to get a new quarterback, and they need to figure it out now. It's going to be Ripien time, and it's going to, when they put Ripien in, it's going to be too late. I promise you that. 8 seconds left to go. Turd Plunk is not a good name. That is not a good name. That is correct. Wow, indeed, says Rock and Roll Raider fan. Here's the kickoff. They're going to take the knee. They're going to start this drive on the 35. They'll probably end up taking the knee here as well. Cincinnati Bengals. Oof. Cincinnati Bengals got the football to start as well. Slim Faley with a $2 super chat. I'm trying to only feature appropriate super chats. Thank you, Slim Faley. I will leave this out for just a second here. You silly, my guy. You are silly, bro. Okay. Let's move on, y'all. 5 seconds left to go. There is the knee. This will take us to halftime. Let's go ahead and take a few minutes off. Start the halftime clock. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a trivia quiz for you. Let's do this thing. All right, y'all. 10 questions coming up right now. I'm going to ask you questions about the Bengals. I'm going to ask you questions about the Broncos. When we get back, just remember that the Denver Broncos will be getting the football to start the second half. In the meantime, let's do our trivia quiz. Let's do this thing. Question number 1. How many Super Bowls have the Denver Broncos won? Is it A, 1? Is it B, 2? Or is it C, 3? How many Super Bowls have the Denver Broncos won? We're going to start off with an easy question here for you guys. An easy question here for you guys. The Denver Broncos. Got a couple of mixed answers here, guys. The answer, Denver Broncos fans know this one. The answer is 3 Super Bowls. In the 1997 season, the 1998 season, and then in Super Bowl 50, the 2015 season, beating the Carolina Panthers. Those are the 3. Those are the 3. Okay, let's do the next one here. Question number 2. The Bengals made their first Super Bowl appearance in which season? Was it the 1981 season? Was it the 2005 season? Or was it the 2022 season? When did the Bengals make their very first Super Bowl appearance? A, B, or C? What do you think the answer is? A, B, or C? What do you think about this one? Well, the answer to this one is A, guys. That was against the San Francisco 49ers on January 24th of 1982, but it was the 1981 season. They lost to the 49ers by less than a touchdown, 26-21. Something the Bengals will probably like to forget, but it was their first trip to the Super Bowl ever. Question number 3. What year did the Broncos move to Empower Field at Mile High? Did they move there in 1997? Did they move to their new stadium in 2001, or did they move to their new stadium in 2005? When did Empower Field at Mile High go up? If you're a Denver Broncos fan and you live in the Colorado area, you might know the answer to this, and most of you guys got this wrong. It was in 2001. The stadium officially opened on August 11, 2001, with the Broncos playing in their first preseason game there, beating the Dallas Cowboys. So, just something to keep in mind. Let's move on to question number 4. I hope you guys are doing okay on this one. Here's another easy one for you guys. Chad Johnson's nickname, Ocho Cinco, refers to what? Is it A, the number of career touchdowns? Is it B, the number of kids he has? Or is it C, the number on his jersey? A, B, or C, where did Ocho Cinco come from? A, B, or C? That's funny. You didn't have to mention the Cowboys loss, says Spike D. The answer to this one is the number on his jersey right now. The number on his jersey, Chad Ocho Cinco. Guys, Ocho means 8, Cinco means 5. Ocho Cinco. Looks like a dislocated ankle, by the way, for Tyreek Hill out there. I just caught that out of the corner of my eye. All right, guys, question number 5. What legendary Broncos quarterback was nicknamed the Duke of Denver? Which of these guys was nicknamed the Duke of Denver? Was it A, Peyton Manning? Was it B, Tim Tebow? Or is it C, John Elway? Which legendary Broncos quarterback was nicknamed the Duke of Denver? A, B, or C, guys. A, B, or C. Most of y'all are checking in with the correct answer right now. The correct answer is indeed John Elway, folks. John Elway is widely regarded as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And, I mean, what else can I tell you about John Elway besides the fact that he was an absolute stud? Super Bowl. That's all I'm going to say. Question number 6, folks. Question number 6 for the Bengals here. The Bengals and Browns have the second highest scoring game in NFL history. What was the point total of that game? Was it 100 points? Was it 106 points? Or was it 112 total points? This is how we do our tiebreaker, by the way, for Football Nation's pick'ems. So, total number of points in this game. The answer, good job, guys. Most of y'all said B. That is correct, guys. The second most points ever scored in a football game was 106 points, with the Bengals putting up 58 and the Browns putting up 48. Talk about a show. 106 points. Here we go, guys. Question number 6. Question number 6. Which Broncos quarterback holds the single-season record for the most passing touchdowns? Is it A, Peyton Manning? Is it B, John Elway? Or is it C, Jake Plummer? Which of these 3 quarterbacks has the most passing touchdowns in one single season? Just one single season, not in their career, in one single season. The answer, most of y'all got that one right as well, is Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning once threw 55 touchdown passes during the 2013 record, which still stands as the NFL and not only the franchise record, but the NFL record for the most passing touchdowns ever. Most passing touchdowns ever, not just a Broncos record, NFL record. All right, guys, who is the Cincinnati Bengals all-time leading passer? Is it A, Ryan Fitzpatrick? Is it B, Andy Dalton? Or is it C, Ken Anderson? Who is the Cincinnati Bengals all-time leading passer in most passing yards? A lot of guys checking in with B. A lot of you guys checking in with C. I see a couple of A's popping into the chat right now. The answer to this one is Ken Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. Ken Anderson, 32,833 yards. Andy Dalton, 31,549. If Andy Dalton would have had another 1,500 passing yards, he would have had the most in Bengals history. Question number 9, guys. Who is the only quarterback ever drafted by the Denver Broncos to win them a playoff game? Is it A, Tim Tebow? Is it B, John Elway? Or is it C, Peyton Manning? This one might make your brain hurt right now a little bit. And you might be thinking that can't be the answer. But you would be surprised to know this one, guys. So you know, neither John Elway nor Peyton Manning were drafted by the Denver Broncos. Elway, originally drafted by the Colts, said, I don't want to play there. Peyton Manning also. The Colts really like to give their quarterbacks to the Denver Broncos. 2 of the best quarterbacks ever drafted by the Colts ended up going to Denver and winning Super Bowls. Meanwhile, Tim Tebow, what? Anyways, final question, guys. Here we go. Which of the following women is a Cincinnati Bengals fan who is known for their role in the TV show Baywatch? Is it A, Stacey Camano? Is it B, Pamela Anderson? Or is it C, Carmen Electra? Is it Stacey Camano, Pamela Anderson, or Carmen Electra? Which of these ladies is a Cincinnati Bengals fan? The answer here is Carmen Electra. Carmen Electra was on Baywatch during the 1997-1998 season. Her name was Lainey McKenzie in the show. She was also in Good Burger, Starsky and Hutch, Cheaper by the Dozen, and I Want Candy, and a bunch more. Anyways, all right, guys, that's it. How did Throat Punch? How did you guys do on this trivia quiz? 9 out of 10. Well done. Well done, Helen. 9 out of 10. Looks like Father Time got 9 out of 10. What? Wow, says Russell Field. 7 out of 10, says TM. LaShawn saying 6 out of 10. KC got 6 out of 10. You guys did pretty well. Looks like a good one. Jammin saying Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. Is it true? I do. Ooh. Okay, guys. Postseason playoff picture here for Major League Baseball. I will be covering Major League Baseball this week, next week, the week after that, and through the rest of the baseball season. Someone mentioned that we should start a second channel to cover baseball. A part of me wants to start a second channel to do baseball. I think after this off season, starting in 2026, fall of 2026, that's when I'm going to start doing those additional channels. But right now, my main goal, my main priority is to get this channel here to 100,000 subscribers before we start adding additional channels to the pipeline. Welcome, Loodle Miss, saying just got here. We love the Orange Crush. Let's go. All right, guys. I'm going to turn down the music just a hair here. So, trivia quiz went okay. Not bad. Just got here. We love the Orange Crush. Here's a $2 super chat coming in from Loodle Miss. Thank you, Loodle Miss. Appreciate that. That's a fist bump for you. San Diego Padres. I see you out there, Throat Punch. Let's see. I got you, Rhonda. I mean, what else am I going to do? Just sit around and not cover any games on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays? I could be doing more. I could definitely be doing more on this channel. Of course, it's different, right? Because I'm married with a child and have other responsibilities and things that I need to balance in my life. If I was a single dude just doing YouTube, I would be on YouTube like 37 hours a day, 12 days a week. Like, I would be doing this all the time. But gotta find a work-life balance right now. That's family time, says DMZ. So my wife and I have carved out a day. We're going to do Fridays. Fridays are our date nights, and we will find time. Because chances are, June and July, I'm not going to have any work, guys. There's no baseball, no valuable baseball, no football, no soccer, basketball, D-League. I'm not going to cover anything in June and July. So I figured, why not work my butt off for the next 8 months and then take 2 whole months off to be with my family and just kick it? Like, Anyways, go live from the Alamo, says Wolfie. That could actually be fun. Yankees versus Detroit, says Jorge. That would be for the American League side. I'll be here Thursday, says Troy Morgan. Let's go, Troy. UFL? Question mark. Maga Man. Nah, man. Something about UFL, bro. Something about the UFL just doesn't draw the attention. I've literally gone to the tailgates at the UFL and done a bunch of stuff there, and I can get some things coming in, but it's just not worthy of coverage right now. And I could do my best to try to get people's attention, but I'm willing to bet that out of the, 2,000 people watching this live stream right now, maybe 50 of y'all would be actually interested in watching the UFL right now. Test the Yankees for roids, says Alec M. Someone was asking about World Cup next year. Ooh, Helen, that's a good point. Yeah, that I would be covering the World Cup next year. I will be covering the World Cup next year. And games happening here in Texas, in Houston at the NRG Stadium right down the road. Might end up going to that. Let's see. I need T. Higgins for $25,000. Ooh, let's go, Stanley Bird. Hilda saying $400,000. We'll watch any game/sport that you broadcast. Thank you, Dusty Attic. Let's go. Appreciate you so much. Valentin Pena saying you're killing it, Mario. Thank you, Valentin. Thank you, Valentin. I've been to an event at NRG Stadium. Dumb loser saying the Olympics. Mexico has a football league now, says Throat Punch. I actually have an exclusive interview with a man named Fernando Mayen. He's got like 200,000 followers on Instagram. He is a football player out of Mexico. The dude is absolutely jacked. We'll be in contact with him here as well. Guys, we're growing our network. We're casting the umbrella and putting this out wide. Things are on the up and up right now for Football Nation, and I'm so excited for 2026 as well. But right now, let's not look too far ahead. Let's stay focused and lock in on what we got going on here. It's the start of the third quarter. The Denver Broncos have the football, and here is the return. The 20, the 25, and slows down at about the 30, going down at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Denver Broncos. Broncos going to start this drive on the 30-yard line right now. B. Thoje saying, are you interested in live casting amateur flag football games? There's got to be a want for it. I learned quickly that in the world of YouTube, if you're trying to make it a full-time profession, you can't just cover what you want to cover. You have to cover what the people want covered. So that means I can't just sit here and start talking about how I like to play guitar, because no one's going to watch that. They will watch football, however. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. A quick throw to Marvin Mims on the left-hand side. Mims will go forward for a gain of about 9 yards on it. They'll call it a gain of 8. 2nd down and 2 coming up right now for the Denver Broncos. Football now at the Denver 38-yard line. Paramount will be taking UFC shows as well as boxing, says Ricardo. That could be fun to watch. We could do those as well. Kind of name is Throat Punch, says Stunk Mark. Okay, here we go. 4 minutes and 23 seconds left to go. 2nd down and 2. I will be running hockey at the same time as basketball, by the way, guys. I formation. Here is the snap. There is the handoff around the left-hand side. Looks like this will be a gain of about 5. And it's going to be good for a Denver Broncos 1st down. J.K. Dobbins, a pickup of 5 yards, moves the football to the Denver 43. 10 months as a 1st down member for Helen. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Helen. Thanks for being here. You can give a play-by-play of me losing money at the slots. You know what's interesting? People would have probably watched that before they watched the UFL, bro. That's straight up my honest opinion on it. Here's the windup and a throw. The tipped pass at the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Cincinnati Bengals defense on 1st and 10 to break up that play. It will stop the clock with 13:32 left to go. 2nd down and 10 at the Denver 43. We'll stop the clock here with 13:32. The football is at the Denver 43-yard line. Let's see. Okay, guys. I'm going to step away from the chat for just a moment. We will be looking for all of the newbies out here in just a few. But for now, let's go ahead and continue calling this game. 13 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. We've got motion on the field as Marvin Mims will get a little fake handoff, and Bo Nix, designed quarterback run for him, takes it out to the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 yards, 3rd down and 8 coming up here at the Denver 45. Bo Nix, when he scrambles, he'll carry the ball and he'll kind of just throw himself down at the ground before JK for 5 each quarter gonna check. Welcome newbies, says Country Kisses. Welcome newbies. Sasha and Savisha saying hockey over basketball. We're going to cover basketball over hockey, but we will cover some hockey games as well. Motion on the field here, waiting for the snap. Waiting for the snap. There it is. Bo Nix takes it. The 4-man rush coming in. Bo Nix has to scramble. He will wind up and throw while on the run downfield. Don't know who that was for. Maybe for Evan Ingram. It will end up bringing up a 4th down and 8, stopping the clock with 12:44. Bo Nix making the run, throwing the football, incomplete pass, 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. Yeah, these Cincinnati Bengals. So, my question coming into this game is, where are the Bengals points going to come from today? We have yet to see them score a touchdown here. 4th down and 8. Here is the snap. The Bengals looking to try and block that kick. They are unsuccessful on the block. Out to the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, out at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for Cincinnati after the punt by Denver. Denver send that football back. John Jackson, I see you. Sharkify 25 saying, can you make it so I can see the receiving? I can't see it. Yeah, look, I will go up and down over here on this side. Thank you for asking, Sharkify. I would be yelling at Sean Payton for having 5 different runners right now because that's why you can't see it. Here are your top wide receivers for today over on the right-hand side, guys. The Freezer Bowl, asked Rock and Roll Raider fan, said Rock and Roll Raider fan. Santino originally had the question for the Freezer Bowl, but I figured that we needed to do something that maybe a few more people would understand. I think they should stop worrying about it, about messing up, and air it out, says Jaded Raw. Living Like Larry says, I quit watching basketball when the Supersonics left town. Oh, man. Are you going to cover the MLB playoffs? Michael Tolley, where have you been this whole live stream? I've only yes. You know what? I'm going to benefit of the doubt. You're just checking in right now. Yes, I will be covering baseball this postseason. I will not be covering all of the games because some of them conflict with football, and obviously this channel being called Football Nation, we will cover the NFL when we can, and we will cover college football as well when we get to the college football postseason. But before then, probably not going to cover too many Saturday games for college football. Let's see. A couple other comments coming in right now. John Jackson saying Detroit Tigers. Guys, who's your favorite baseball team? Who is your favorite baseball team? Who's your favorite baseball team? These are the ones that are left right now. Does anyone remember the Ice Bowl, says Dave Clifton. Miss Clifton! Clifton! Sorry, that's a Family Guy thing. Dodgers saying, Helen Galloway, I will be covering this one. Member for 1 month. Let's go, Hillbilly. 1 month in. I see you out there. The Blue Jays, says Sharkify. Blue Jays got this matchup. Actually, they don't have to play right now. The Blue Jays are the #1 seed in the American League, and so they basically get what would be equivalent to a bye week right now. They don't have to play. Matt checking in for the Phillies. The Phillies out here. San Diego Padres also out here. Minnesota Twins unfortunately did not make it, but the Milwaukee Brewers sure did. Milwaukee Brewers, the #1 team in the National League out here. Living Like Larry hollering about this team right here, the Seattle Mariners. Ooh, baby. Like them Seattle Mariners. I'm a Yankees fan, just like Ella Korb. Yes, Ella, I like the New York Yankees. Here is the opening play coming back, guys. This is the Major League Baseball schedule, and this is going to be a 3-yard pickup for Chase Brown on 1st and 10 from the 30. So this brings up a 2nd down and 7. 2nd down and 7. The clock is ticking. Jake Browning trying to cover up and hear what coach has to say. Can't understand Zach Taylor. Let's see if he can execute even if he does understand what he is saying. Second down and 7 with 12 minutes left to go. A shotgun formation. Samaje Perine in on this play here. Jake Browning waits for the snap with 12 minutes left to go. Here is the snap. Perine gets the carry. Perine to the right-hand side. He will pick up 5 yards. Third down and 2 coming up. At least they stay on schedule. And if they can avoid a 3 and out, that's better than the way they've been playing so far. Pulling for the Phillies. I see that up there. Who do you think will win the World Series? I'm rooting for the Yankees here. But honestly, this... Who do I genuinely think could win the World Series? I like the way the Dodgers play. I definitely do like the Dodgers. But I've also covered a couple of those games. I like the Cubs. I do like the Cubs as well, but anyways, third down and 2, this time from the 38-yard line. Gonna wind up and throw. That pass is incomplete. They're gonna say it's a forward pass, but boy, oh boy, did Jake Browning get eaten alive on that play. It looks like it was intended for Andre Iosivas. Cooper in on the play right now, and Singleton in on the play right now. That blitz just blew him up. That offensive line can't stop anything right now. Even if Joe Burrow was in, that offensive line is too much to handle. There's no way that was intended for Andre Iosivas. How do you know? How do you know that was intended for Andre Iosivas? That's terrible. That's a false stat. It looked like it was going to Jamar Chase. Here's the boot, guys, on 4th down and 2, and a quick 3 and out for the Cincinnati Bengals. Signaled a fair catch at the 15-yard line. It's not caught. It's actually recovered by the Cincinnati Bengals. Are you kidding me? Wait a second. What? He bobbled the kick. He said fair catch. He bobbled the kick. So he signaled fair catch, and then he bobbled the kick. And so then he gets a chance. Yeah, he bobbled it 3 times. And Marvin Mims Jr., that should definitely be a Cincinnati Bengals first down in the red zone. That should be a Cincinnati Bengals first down in the red zone. I can't believe we just witnessed this right here. There's a flag on the play. What are they going to say? Are they going to say kick-catch interference? They are going to say kick-catch interference. I don't agree with that. They're saying that was a fair catch, but he didn't catch the ball. But he bobbled the football like 3 times. I mean, what are you supposed to do? I've never seen that happen before. So here's what happened. I'm going to do my best to explain it to you guys. Mims, I'm going to go widescreen for this. Mims signaled a fair catch. The ball lands here in his arms, but he bobbles it. And not only does he bobble it once, he tries to recover. He's now still trying to figure that one out. And the ball is now officially touched the player and not recovered by the player. But the officials ruled it in favor of the Denver Broncos. So, I don't know, man. I don't quite know what that call should be. Bobble, bobble, says Mark McKay. Red Sox have won the World Series 4 times since 2001. Yanks only once. They call on Dallas. That call on Dallas yesterday, says Country Kisses. Couple of weird calls on Dallas yesterday. Is it possible for T. Higgins to get a 5-yard receptions? Asked 1904 Fiend. Simon Jordan saying that's bull. They're stealing from the Bengals. Honestly, if that's the rule, then that's the rule, right? If he signals a fair catch, then that means nobody can touch him unless that foot. I think I'm trying to walk through this in real time in my head. The only way that makes sense is that if they signal a fair catch and the football touches the ground, then it's fair game. But the receiver who signals a fair catch should have every opportunity to catch that football unimpeded, which is why I think the rule went in the direction of the Denver Broncos. So that's just my rationalization of the rule. I'd have to actually go back to my rule book to verify that, but that's just my thinking. I stopped watching the NBA when Adam Silver took over as the commissioner. He made the game weak. Honestly, yeah, basketball isn't what it used to be. Nathan Sackett saying touches player and ground. Touches player and ground. So, yes, I guess the rule would be having to touch the ground. Your revised take is correct. Thank you, Nathan Sackett. Wasn't there like a very famous Nathaniel Sackett in the Revolutionary War who was like part of the spy ring, of the Culpeper spy ring? I'm thinking of that name right now. Okay, here we go. Russell Field saying, rulebook, rulebook, rulebook. Rulebook is actually downstairs. We officiated for 3 years here in Texas, guys. So, but I was never, actually, as a back judge, I really should know that one. As a back judge, I really should know that one. Okay, guys. Looks like the Denver Broncos have the football at the 30-yard line after that penalty. It's a 1st and 10 coming up right now after the commercial break. 10:59 left to go. 1st and 10. Broncos with the football at their own 24. Excuse me, at their own 15. His spy ring fizzled out, says Nathan Sackett. So you're familiar with the name. 1st and 10. Waiting for the snap. 1st and 10, waiting for the snap. Here is the handoff into the right-hand side. Looks like J.K. Dobbins will pick up about 9 yards. 2nd down and 1. A good run here for the Denver Broncos. All the points coming from the Denver Broncos side of things. Culpeper had a spy ring. Not Dante Culpeper. Dante Culpeper had a spy ring. No, a very different Culpeper. Have you ever watched? You should watch the show Turn, American Spies. It's an AMC original. AMC? It's an AMC original. Check it out, Turn. It's a really good show. My wife and I binged all of it. Single back formation, motion on the field. Looks like Troy Franklin is the motion man. Play clock down to 5 from the 24-yard line. Bo Nix will take the snap, hands this off, puts it in the belly of Dobbins, and Dobbins will take this to the 30. That's a 6-yard pickup. That's a 1st down, Denver. Broncos, 1st down. Broncos move the sticks on 2nd down and 1. 10 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Bengals unable to do anything right now. I need 20 more yards from J.K. Dobbins, says Anthony Matthews. Jevin saying, go Cubs. I want to hear Mario do golf. Oh, my goodness. Courtney, that's the only sport where being subpar is good. Motion on the field from Troy Franklin as he goes to the top of the screen. Here's the snap. Looking right, doesn't like it. Looking left, doesn't like it. Throws up the middle. Pass incomplete. There's a flag on the play. This is probably against the defense here. No, it's going to be an offensive offsides on the Denver Broncos. Offsides. Offense. Denver Broncos repeat 1st down. It'll be a 1st and 15. Backs them up to the 25. 1st and 15 coming up here for the Denver Broncos with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. 9:30 left to go. Can Troy please score, says Alexio. Final, Jets 21, Dolphins 27. That seemed like it was a pretty good game. At least it was close. The Jets are 0-4. Just call them Owen for now. What's up, Owen? Mario trying to be the ref. Having to. You have to, right? You have to. 2nd down and 10. No, this should be a repeat of 1st down, right? Didn't they just call that? Here's the snap. My TV screen says 2nd down and 10 unless that penalty was declined. The throw to the left-hand side. The catch is made. Going forward. Doesn't matter. It's a fresh new set of downs. 1st and 10. The catch made. R.J. Harvey. 1st down. Moves the sticks again. R.J. Harvey, a catch out of the backfield. Takes that one for 14 yards. And R.J. Harvey, man, I've been hoping for more out of him. He's a great pass-catching back, but J.K. Dobbins has been doing such a fantastic job blocking there as well. On that particular play, both running backs were on the field. If you want to talk rule book for MLB, I'm an umpire, AAA, says Little Miss. Let's go. I've got a lot of umpire friends who could walk me through a lot of stuff. I do appreciate that gesture. Here's the snap. There's the handoff, and this is Dobbins going forward. Dobbins will take this to about the 50 or the 44-yard line. There's another flag on the play with 8:40 left to go. I'll say this, Little Miss. If you're serious about connecting with me and sending me maybe like a digital copy of the rule book, go to my website, footballnationusa.com. Looks like there's a penalty here. It's against the Denver Broncos. So it's on the offense. Personal foul is all it says. Personal foul on the offense. Let's watch it one more time. I guess it's going to be where's the foul? What was the penalty? I don't understand what that was. They're calling this a foul against the Denver Broncos. Broncos penalty. Little Miss. message me, send me an email on my website, footballnationusa.com. I read all of them. They're calling that an illegal blindside block. I think that's a weak call there. Here we go. All right, guys, there's the snap on 1st and 25. 1st and 25, and this catch is made from the 29-yard line out to about the 33-yard line. I'm going to step away from the chats right now, guys, because I got distracted on that play. I need to do a better job of making sure you guys get all the information you need. I got a 2nd down and 21. Football at the Denver Broncos 33-yard line. Here's what happened moments ago. We had one penalty on 1st and 10. That penalty was declined for the offsides. And on 1st and 10 again, guys, on 1st and 10 again, it was an illegal blindside block, which is a 15-yard penalty, which backed them up to a 1st down and 25. 1st and 25 was a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 21 is right now. Here's the throw. The catch is made, and Evan Ingram will take this to the 41-yard line. It brings up a 3rd down. There's another. You got to be kidding me. I stopped marking down the flags. Another flag on this play. 7:26 left to go. Ineligible player downfield on the offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down. So with 7:26 left to go, it brings up a 3rd down and 14 is what it says on my screen here. I don't. That's crazy to me. What a terrible, just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Another flag by the Zebras. Clock is starting again. I got a 3rd down and 14 coming up right now. 3rd down and 14. An empty backfield from the 40-yard line. Hard to kind of picture where everything is at. A throw to the left-hand side. Marvin Mims makes a couple guys miss, but he is wrapped up quickly. He will gain 4 yards. It brings up a 4th down and 9. 4th down and 9. They're going to call it a 5-yard gain. I don't understand what is up with this officiating crew. I don't like this officiating crew at all, if I'm being honest. These crews, they stick together, guys. When you watch football, try to picture or try to, if you're actually watching the game, try to remember some of the faces of the officials. You'll notice that their crews are all the same for most of the game, or for most of them, right? They travel together in teams and groups. And that's going to be a punt that goes through the back of the end zone. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up for the Cincinnati Bengals. 4th and 10, they punt and send this over to Cincinnati. This officiating crew could probably stand to maybe relax or something. Too many Zebras. Let's take a quick look. Let's find out exactly how many penalties. We're going to take a quick look here at the box score. Bengals box score. Penalties today. We'll click on this. Team stats. Penalties already. So 9 penalties alone for the Cincinnati Bengals. 5 penalties for the Denver Broncos. That's pretty wild out here, man. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. So more penalties, more problems. Here we go. I can't lie, my dude. Your podcast better than the Fox Sun. Thanks. Win some, lose some. Win some, you lose some, as long as the outcome is income, right? What's up, win some, lose some? Fist bumps to you, sir. Let me stop my clock here and add a minute back on. We've got 6 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. It's a 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati Bengals 20-yard line when we get back from the commercial break that we are currently in. Donkey saying cheers, salud, my friend. For those of you checking back in right now, welcome. Let's take a quick look at the Bengals schedule. We did this in the first half. It's the second half. We've probably got some new faces checking in for the first time. Let's break this down. Sunday, Week 5, tough matchup with the Detroit Lions. This should be, first of all, every pun intended, a cat fight. Second of all, I mean, who do you really think is going to win that game? I don't see the Cincinnati Bengals winning very many games without Joe Burrow. I would be surprised if they walked away from this schedule with a 2-3 record in the next 5 games coming up. I would be impressed if they could beat the Chicago Bears right now. The Jets, they should be able to handle the Jets. Maybe. I mean, they still put up 21 points right now, and the Bengals can't even score 3. But that's not why I brought this up. Bengals, hosting the Lions in Week 5. Bengals visiting Green Bay in Week 6. Then they will be hosting Thursday Night Football for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I will be live covering that one. Then you've got Bengals and Jets in Week 8, and Week 9, Bengals hosting the Bears. That's just so you guys can see the schedule. We'll bring up some more graphics during the next commercial breaks. I'm going to scroll up a little bit so you guys can see your quarterbacks and your running back situations over on this side. Ladies and gentlemen, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Jake Browning in the shotgun formation. He takes the snap. He drops back against the 4-man rush. He will wind up and throw. Plenty of time. Catch made. Andre Iosivas will pick up a big first down. 22 yards. First down, Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals will pick up a big first down there. Maybe that will be a jolt of inspiration that they need to finish off this drive. Only points of the game so far for Cincinnati were off the leg of McPherson. Let's see if they can change that here. 1st and 10, 42-yard line. Shotgun formation. Jake Browning is 9 of 18 for 88 yards. Has yet to cross 100 yards today. Jake Browning will wind up and throw. Catch going to be made. Looks like that's Jamar Chase. Good, strong hands there. This will bring up a 2nd down and 2. 2nd down and 2 coming up. Jake Browning back-to-back completions. Keeps the clock ticking. Moves the football to the 50-yard line. We are at midfield. 2nd down, Cincinnati. Broncos defense. Quick hurry-up snap. There's a Chase Brown run to the right-hand side. He'll pick up 6 yards on 2nd down and 2. That's good for Cincinnati Bengals. First down. First down here for Cincinnati. Gets the clock ticking once again. Moves the football into Broncos territory at the 44. Football at the 44. Bengals with it right now. 1st and 10. Camera focused on Jamar Chase. Chase hasn't had very many opportunities in this game. Time is running out. The Bengals looking to score now before we get into this 4th quarter. You go into the 4th quarter in a 3-touchdown deficit, you're basically cooked. There's the snap. Here is a little play action. Jake Browning against the blitz will wind up and throw. Flags coming in. It's going to be a hold. Jake Browning cannot drop that far back. The offensive line cannot keep up. Jake Browning backpedaling. It's going to be a holding on the offense right here. I saw that from a mile away. Holding. Offense. Number 64. That's on Ted Karras, the center. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down. So, 1st and 20 now coming up. That backs up the Bengals back onto their own side of midfield. It's a 1st and 20 from the 39-yard line. They were moving the football well. Here comes the 1st and 20. Shotgun formation, trips to the left, a 4-man rush coming in again, and this time Browning will get dropped behind the 40. That's a big bag there. 2nd down and 27 coming up. A huge stop by Nick Bonito on the play for the Denver Broncos. It brings up a 2nd down and 27. Oh, man, it just went from bad to worse, didn't it? That backs the Cincinnati Bengals up to their own 39-yard line. Here we go. Coach should just put the next guy in. This guy ain't built for this, says Alex Nee. I agree. It should be Ripien. Here we go, guys. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Jake Browning will take the snap. He drops, will dump off quickly, and Chase Brown going to cut a little juke move right here. Tries to get back to the 50. Dropped at the 49. It's a 10-yard pickup. It is a 10-yard pickup, but not enough to move the sticks. 3rd down and 17 coming up. OMG, it's over. Drop the Browning, says Little Miss. What is up, Snaz? Thanks for checking in, Snaz. I see you out there in the comment area. Nick's got 255 passing yards. Dude, Nick's is going off right now. 21 fantasy points for Bo Nix already. How about Cortland Sutton? You can see him in the receiving column over there on the right-hand side. Okay, 3:14 left to go. 3rd down and 17. Empty backfield for Jake Browning. There is the snap. Browning will drop against the 4-man rush. Browning has to do something here. He is backpedaling. He's going to throw this thing away. Bro, you are playing scared. So scared. 4th down and 17. 4th down and 17. Honestly, man, if that's Justin Fields would go through everyone. And it looks like someone got wrapped up on that play. Maybe T. Higgins got hurt. T. Higgins was on a run. He cut back and went down. T. Higgins slipped. Is Higgins okay? Yeah, he's fine. Higgins slipped on the play. They were trying to do a crossing route. It didn't work out. Not enough time for Jake Browning. Here is the punt. And on 4th down and 17, there is the kick. Marvin Mims going to say it's a fair catch down at the 8-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Denver Broncos. This is definitely a Denver Broncos heavy game. Definitely all action from Denver right now. 21-3 with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. Country saying they won't beat the Jets. Honestly, I think the Bengals will probably lose out at this point the way that they're playing. The way that the defense is playing, dude, they can't do anything. The way that the offense is playing, they can't move the football at all. Total offense in this game right now for the Cincinnati Bengals, 142 yards. That's after almost 45 minutes of football. They've only been able to move the football 142 yards. Coming into this game, guys, there wasn't a whole lot to get excited about. Bo Nix coming into this one hadn't crossed 200 yards yet in this one. And over the first 3 weeks, Bo Nix only put up 535 yards. Tonight, he's put up 255. He has done more in this one game against the Bengals defense than he has done in the first 3 weeks of the year. Well, I guess I can't really say exactly that, but he's done half as much in one game over the versus 3 games, if that makes sense. Just the head-to-head comparison, guys, this is your biggest concern, the interceptions. Only 2 games played for Jake Browning. Again, he's only played in 2 games. He did not play week 1. Joe Burrow played in week 1. But week 2 and week 3, guys, he put up 5 picks in just 2 games. Come on. And you're going to let him go out there and be your quarterback again against the playoff team? I wonder if Zach Taylor has lost his mind. Defensively, guys, it wasn't going to be very good either for the Cincinnati Bengals. We look at yards allowed per game. They give up 359. Already in this one, 4th quarter coming up right now. Already a 4th quarter coming up right now, and they've given up 364 already in this game to the Denver Broncos. The Cincinnati Bengals, by the end of this game, might literally be dead last in yards allowed per game. I saw a pretty big comment out here. Going to read this one. Little Miss saying, hey, at Football Nation, can give me the email or the website address again. Sorry, I had the baby climbing on me, trying to drink my adult soda. Fair enough. I got you, dude. Here's the website. Here's actually where you would connect with me on the website. My contact page. Okay. Football Nation USA/contact. If you guys want to send me emails, thank me for the streams, reach out to me for whatever reason. You got suggestions that you'd like to see on the show. I'm always open to constructive criticism. Obviously, when we're live, we got to put on a show. Don't heckle the performer. But if you want to reach out to me privately, that's where you can contact me on my website, footballnationusa.com. Here are the Denver Broncos. Here's the snap, the handoff to the right-hand side. Looks like J.K. Dobbins takes the football from the 7 out to about the 10, so call that a gain of 3. This brings up a 2nd down. 2nd down and 7. Jamar Chase having a conversation with Zach Taylor like, dude, I need a new quarterback. I think Jamar Chase is sick of Browning, bro. He's got to be. Jamar Chase has to be sick of Browning. Thanks, win some, lose some. Football Nation rocks. He dropped the rock. Don't they have the rock and roll fingers, bro? That's the story of my life. Motion on the field right now. Denver Broncos with the football on 2nd down and 7. Here is the snap. Bo Nix under pressure will wind up and throw. Catch is going to be made here. Looks like it's a catch for Atkins. He is flipped upside down, but Atkins makes the grab for 8 yards. That's good for a Denver Broncos. 1st down. 1st down for Denver. 1:56 left to go, and the clock is ticking. 1st and 10. Here we go. Who's got Chase in fantasy? Dude, if you took Chase in fantasy this year, you're probably hating life right now. I like the rock better, says LOL. Says Country Kisses. All right, guys, 1st and 10 after the grab. 1:30 left to go here. Pistol formation this time. A quick throw to the left-hand side. Catch is made. Here's the move. Troy Franklin gets out past the 30. That's a 14-yard pickup. Call it a 15-yard gain. 1st down, Troy Franklin. First down, Denver Broncos. Moves the sticks again, keeps the clock ticking, and the Broncos are going to march downfield and put the nail in the coffin, so to speak. That's what they're looking to do. Thank you, Larry Watson. I like watching your live streams. Cheers to you, Mr. Watson. I appreciate your candor. I appreciate that comment here. Okay. 1st and 10 coming up right now. 1st and 10. This time an I formation. You can see him looking around. He's saying kill, 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 kill. Play clock down to 3. Here's the snap and the handoff. J.K. Dobbins going to go nowhere on this play. The Cincinnati Bengals get the stop here at the 32-yard line. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Clock will continue to tick. Looks like they will need to get one more play off before the end of this quarter. Going to need to get one more play off here before the end of this quarter. We got a 2nd down and 10 football at the Denver 33. Sean Payton with a pretty much permanent scowl on his face on the sideline here. We've got Bo Nix in a shotgun. Looks like R.J. Harvey. They changed the formation here. Single back. Timeout going to be called. Bo Nix going to call a timeout here with 1 second left on the play clock. So 6 seconds on the game clock, 1 second on the play clock. Timeout called. Denver Broncos. Let's see what they do now. Jack Burrow, toe Browning. Get it? No, I don't, donkey. I really don't, dude. I don't. John Jackson saying the Detroit Pistons. How about Cunningham, bro? Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons put up a fight, man. I did like covering the Pistons. Versus, was it the Pistons and the New York Knicks in the opening round? That one went all the way to Game 7, didn't it? That was the opening round of the playoffs. I also really loved covering the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers were so much fun to watch. Here we go. 2nd down and 10. 32-yard line. Bo Nix under center. Marvin Mims in motion. The blitz coming in. They fake the handoff. He will wind up and throw. Catch is made. R.J. Harvey picks up the 1st down to end the 3rd quarter. 1st down, Denver Broncos. 4th quarter action coming up now. All right, y'all. They are towing together, says Mark McKay. Hi, Mario, mods, and chats. What's up, Susan Bessio? Thank you for checking in. Army 82nd retired saying, I need 28 points from Denver on the nose. Here we go, guys. One of my favorite ones. If you are new, drop 5 emojis. Want to make sure that we have everybody in here feeling welcome. Newbies, where are y'all? Drop 5 emojis. Let me know that you guys are here. Let me know that you guys are still hanging out with us. We're going to a quick commercial break. It's the end of the 3rd quarter, 4th quarter action coming up. We got 15 minutes left of football here. When we get back, it'll be a 1st and 10. I see you, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, Adriana. Let's go, D&D. D&D, Adrian in the house. I see you. Little Miss, welcome. Ty the Gemini, hands up in the air. Let's go. What are we doing, Bengals, says the real Thresh. Army, 82nd, retired. Thank you for your service, bro. Giovanni, welcome back. I see the real Thresh checking in right now. Michelle Smith, what is going on, Michelle? Welcome. Welcome to all the newbies. Welcome to Football Nation, says T-Mac. Dave Clifton, I see you, bro. Logan Scott, throat punch. Let's go. Donkey, welcome back, sir, as well. Welcome to all the newbies in here right now. Super Champion, type the word 5 emojis. That'll work, Super Champion Rocker. Welcome. Looks like Broham Outdoors saying, best play-by-play I found. No cussing. You keep it clean. And I appreciate that when watching with my daughters. Family channel here, man. I got a son of my own, so he's only 6 months, and we try not to put out bad words out there for him as well. Captain Snowboy in the house. What up, Captain Snowboy? We got Vapor Tails in the house. Hello, Vapor Tails. Hello, Erica Kurz. Bill Secrist in the house. What up, Bill? I see you out there. Welcome, newbies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, not just the newbies out here, welcome to all of y'all who have been here time and time again. You guys are the lifeblood of this channel, man. I can't do this without you guys coming back. So I must be doing something right if you guys want to continue coming back. We are 25 subscribers away from that 44.8 I would be happy with 44.8 by the end of today. The goal was to get to 45. We'll fight for that later this week. We'll try to get to 50 maybe by the end of October. I think we could definitely get there. Okay, guys, here we go. Denver Broncos with the football to start the fourth quarter. We do have a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 after the R.J. Harvey run. Harvey will get the football here. Harvey, left-hand side, going to bulldoze and drag a couple guys with him. Picks up 9 yards, but hold the phone. A flag on the play. Let's find out what this one is. A flag on the opening play. Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down. So it's going to be a holding against the Broncos. It'll bring up a 1st and 20 after this one. Backs them up big time. So 14:55. Here we go. 14:55, Broncos with a 21-3 lead over the Cincinnati Bengals tonight. The Broncos come into this one as 7.5-point favorites. The over-under was 44.5. That under looking pretty good right now. And the spread, Denver Broncos doing a good job of keeping it a wide gap here. Here comes the 1st and 20 from the right hash. Motion on the field as Cortland Sutton goes to the bottom of the screen. Bo Nix will take this snap against the 4-man rush. Whistles coming in. They're going to whistle this. Another false start. Too many flags in this game right now. Too many flags in this game. This is insanity. Another one? This is already 16 penalties on the day here. 16 times the officials have thrown laundry. 16 times. 1st and 25 coming up here. 14 minutes and 27 seconds left to go. We're going to let this catch up just a hair. It's flag football, says Sasquatch. That's funny. I like it. 1st and 24. Bo Nix will wind up and deliver a deep shot downfield. Incomplete pass. Troy Franklin outran Bo Nix's throw. Troy Franklin outran Bo Nix's throw. That was a big shot downfield to about the 20-yard line. Franklin on a post route. Bo Nix just slightly underthrowing it here. That football had some zip. Bo Nix can launch it. Felipe Carrera. Felipe Carrera, welcome to Champion, sir. Let's go. We got a new champion-level member. Make room, ladies and gentlemen. We're filling out the champion-level membership. Appreciate you, Felipe. 2nd down and 24. Here's the snap. Dropping back and in the pocket. A wind-up and a throw to R.J. Harvey. Going to shake and bake here. Not getting many yards. This will bring up a 3rd down and 20. So a 3rd down and 20 coming up after the catch from R.J. Harvey. R.J. Harvey today. Rushing yards, he has 30, but he has been targeted quite a bit in the passing game. 4 targets, 3 catches for 28 more. Over 400 yards today for the Denver Broncos. And the Bengals, on average, give up 320. They've blown right past that. The Broncos looking good on this one. Say what you want about the Bengals offense. There's no excuse for the defense here. I guess the defense wasn't great to begin with. Looks like 13 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Bo Nix will take the snap. He checks it down, and that catch will be made by Evan Ingram. This will start the clock once again. It'll bring up a 4th down, though, with 13 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. 4th down and 9 after the Evan Ingram catch. So Evan Ingram makes a grab for 11 yards. That was a 3rd down and 20 from the Denver 33. A quick throw to Evan Ingram for 11 yards. It's a 4th down and 9 at the Denver 44. The Denver Broncos will end up having to punt again. This game is not over. It feels close to over. It does feel close to over, but it's not over yet. It is not over yet. Waiting for the boot. Here's the snap. There is the punt. And this one going to go deep. It's going to be signaled a fair catch at the 11 here. 1st and 10. My eyes, am I blind? 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 16, not the 11. Okay, I am blind. 12 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in Monday Night Football. Okay, Felipe Carrera, gracias. I prefer listening to you than ESPN here in Argentina. Felipe Carrera, ¿en qué parte de Argentina estás? Argentino, che, boludo. Boludo, pelotudo, me dice. La calle, la silla, la playa. Dice Felipe. I lived in Buenos Aires for 4 months, man. I loved Buenos Aires. I got to go visit Las Cataratas de Iguazu. I got to go see Iguazu Falls. We got to go down to Bariloche. Got to see Patagonia. Got to do some traveling down there. Argentina's beautiful. Get to drink some Malbec, some wines out there. You get to go to the Mendoza region. I love Argentina, man. If I ever get a chance to take my wife to Argentina, we're definitely going to do that. Big fan of it. Why me checking into the conversation? By the way, commercial break. The Broncos just punted the football to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Broncos just punted the football to the Cincinnati Bengals. When we get back, it will be a 1st and 10 from the Cincinnati 16. I can do that, Slim Faley. So can you shout out my brother? Mario is awesome. What's up, Slim Faley? Okay, I'll do that shout out. Appreciate you. Shout out to your brother, Slim Faley. Thanks for checking in. Great game. John Venable from Farmville. John Vina, what's going on? I see you out there. Cheers to you. He looks at his Sasquatch, says Donkey. Reggio Escamilla desde San Antonio, Texas. Saludos, chingon. What's up, Reggio? In San Antonio, so are we, bro. Right down the road from you guys. Malbec is the best wine, says Little Miss. Bariloche is amazing. Patagonia is beautiful. Did you try Fernet? Dude, I bartended at a bar in Buenos Aires for a while. Fernet and Coke. If you don't drink a Fernet and Coke, did you even go to Argentina? Like, you have to have Fernet Branca, not Fernet Menta. They do the Fernet Menta with Sprite, but Fernet Branca with Coke, bro, huge. Huge. Brandon Cruz saying, informative, random. Thank you very much. Thank you, Slim Faley. I appreciate that. Can you do a Lamar Jackson edit? Am I supposed to do it like, what, this way? Did that help? Was that what you were looking for? AMH fishing? Where's the scarfs on the field? Amber, I see you. We're going to step away from the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to the action. Thank you for leaving those chats, but the game always comes first. 12 minutes and 47 seconds left to go from the 16-yard line. Jake Browning takes the snap. He will check it down underneath, and Chase Brown makes the grab. Chase Brown will pick up about 12 yards on that play. That is a first down for Cincinnati. It will move the chains here. 1st and 10 this time to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 28. 1st and 10 from the 28 with 12 minutes and a half left to go here in the 4th quarter. Time is not on their side. The Broncos have almost doubled up the plays done here. Less than 20 minutes of possession for the Bengals. Oh, almost 30 minutes of possession for the Broncos. Here's the snap on 1st and 10. That football going to slide right through the hands of Jamar Chase. Pass is incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Stops the clock with 12:06. Jamar Chase not happy. Jamar Chase missing his LSU quarterback. Remember, guys, that connection with Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow goes back to college. So now Jamar Chase is catching passes from Jake Browning, who is not his guy. Gonna have to be his guy. Here we go. We've got, looks like a single back out there standing to the, lined up to block actually here. 2 receivers to the left, trips to the right. Here is the snap, dropping back. Jake Browning runs out of time. Jake Browning gets dropped, and a sack lunch delivered here by Franklin Myers. 3rd down and 16 coming up. A big back there. Franklin Myers delivering the sack lunch. Here you go. That is it. Jake Browning got dropped right there. This brings up a 3rd down and 16. This is garbage time now, Coach. Time to take Jake Browning out, bro. He clearly has no pocket awareness. He clearly can't see things at the speed it needs to be seen here. Here's the snap. Browning dropping back. This pressure, this defense of the Denver Broncos is savage, dude. Denver Broncos defense gonna force another 4th down. Incomplete pass right there. A quick snap on 3rd down and 16. Couldn't even find someone downfield. 14 minutes and 21 seconds left to go. The punt team will come out again for the Cincinnati Bengals. 11:21 left to go. Zach Taylor, you can see the disappointment in Coach's face right now. The Bengals tonight, 48 rushing yards, not even 100 passing yards. Not even 100 passing yards tonight, and we are approaching the midway point of the 4th quarter. the 20, the 25, shy of the 25. They're going to put him down at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for the Denver Broncos. And Bengals fans who joined for this live stream, I wish that it was a closer game. It seems very one-sided. I see a question from Sly Jones asking how long is Joe Burrow going to be out for. That grade 3 turf toe that he has, they're saying it could set him back 3 months, and that the earliest that he could possibly come back is week 15 or 16. But by then, the Bengals season could very well be lost. So, Bengals going to have to find answers well before Joe Burrow comes back, or this is going to be a waste of a season. Bengals, great band. Bengals, he says, great band. Little Miss asking a quick question. Thanks for being a fellow bottle flipper. Yeah, my there's a page here in San Antonio called Bottle Slingers. I was a bartender here in San Antonio for, 10 years? So I used to tend bar, guys. I was a bartender for a long time. And when the pandemic hit, I was the first one to lose my job. Every bar in Texas closed down. Every bar in the country closed down. Every restaurant here closed down. Didn't matter where you went. COVID shut everything down. And I was just kind of sitting there. This is before I picked up YouTube. I didn't start YouTube until almost 3 years ago. I'm not even 3 years into this. But I was a bartender for like 10 years. I thought I was going to be a career bartender. I decided that when the pandemic hit, I would go back to school for computer science because I could do that remotely. So I signed up to go to school. Went to school, got my degree in computer science, was a network engineer for a little bit at a hospital system here, did IT sales, realized man, this is no fun. I really enjoy watching football. I really enjoy interacting with people. I would much rather do this, and so I committed to this. The day I graduated and got my degree was the day I started YouTube. Was the actual day that I started live streaming, because I told myself, if I can commit to this, now that I have my degree, should something happen, should this YouTube journey fail, I could always fall back on my degree. But I didn't want to do it before because it was too risky for me. That was my version of the calculated risk. So, yes, I was a bartender for a long time, did computer science. I know my ones and zeros. But this is just so much more fun. I'd rather watch football than watch ones and zeros any day. Here we go, guys. 1st and 10 coming up right now. 1st and 10 for the Denver Broncos to wrap up this football game. Here we go. Commercial break is over. 1st and 10 from the 24. A toss to the right-hand side. J.K. Dobbins going to use a couple of blocks in front of him. He goes forward, picks up the 10 yards required, and then some. 1st down, Denver Broncos. Moves the football to the Denver 35. Fresh new set of downs here. Fresh new set of downs. Mega Man saying, living the dream. Something like that. It's been a journey, man. I can't say that it's been easy. It hasn't been easy. And what's crazy is that, honestly, the more games I pick up, the harder and harder this becomes. But things typically never get easier. You just get stronger. 1st and 10. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Here's the snap. There is the handoff. This time around the right-hand side, J.K. Dobbins going to bulldoze his way from the 35 to the 42. Call that a 7-yard pickup. They're going to mark it down at the 41. Call it a 6-yard pickup. 2nd down and 4 coming up now. 2nd down and 4 coming up here for the Denver Broncos with 10 minutes left to go. What happened to Tyreek Hill, says why me? It's a good question, sir. I have no idea what happened to Tyreek Hill, but hey. Thumbs up the chat, says Linda. By the way, if you haven't liked this live stream yet, be sure to do so. If I've had your attention for 10, 15 minutes, don't forget to smash that like button, guys. 2nd down and 4. The handoff to Dobbins again. Dobbins tried to stretch for it. He will pick up a couple here. It brings up a 3rd down and 1. The clock will continue to tick with 9 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Looks like Tylis saying that he broke his leg. Dudeman saying dislocated knee. Seems like just a whole issue out there with Tyreek Hill. I am going to have to work the waiver wire this week for sure. 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1. 9 minutes left to go. 9:19 left to go. J.K. Dobbins standing to the left right now. Here's the snap and the block. A wind up and a throw to the right-hand side. Marvin Mims makes the grab. Marvin Mims across midfield at the Cincinnati 44. That's a big gain there on the right-hand side. Bo Nix connecting with number 19. First down, Denver. The Broncos. Pew, pew. Delivering a big first down here. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. The clock will continue to tick. Jake Browning, not even mentally there. He straight up went from like, I'm here, we're playing football, to staring off in the distance. Can't believe what has happened. Matt Bailey saying dislocated knee. It was a nasty fall, says Matt Bailey. Yikes. Here we go, guys. On 1st and 10, Denver Broncos with the football from the 44. A toss to Dobbins. The toss was really far back there. I don't like how far back that toss was. It'll be a 1-yard gain here. It was a 1st and 10. It brings up a 2nd down and 9. The clock will continue to tick right here. Who is the best wide receiver that will be traded? It should have been Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill should have been traded out of there. And you know who they should have gotten for Tyreek Hill? Another quarterback that isn't Tua. Maybe a couple of draft picks. Draft capital in my Dynasty League. I'm really looking for draft capital this year. We've got an I formation. Here is the snap. There is the handoff, and Dobbins will run it again. Dobbins gets some help from his friends, and Dobbins will pick up about 12 yards on the gain. Dobbins for another first down. First down for the Broncos. I don't know what you're getting mad at, Zach Taylor. You should only be getting mad at yourself. Head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals over here yelling at the officials like what happened there was illegal. Definitely not. A good, strong run by Dobbins. 1st and 10 with 7 minutes left to go. We're past the midway point in this 4th quarter. Super Champion Rocker saying, bro, this play. Here we go. 2nd down and 1st and 10 coming up. Here's the snap. There's a toss to the left-hand side on 1st and 10. Dobbins, the 30, the 20, the 15, out of bounds, just shy of the 15-yard line. Dobbins pushed out of bounds right there. 6 minutes and 53 seconds left to go. Count that for a 16-yard pickup. Another Denver Broncos. First down. First down for Denver right now. Bro, Browning about to trash my slip for 500. Everything else hit. I'm so sorry, Dink. This could be the game right here, says Griffin. Griffamundo. Giggity, giggity, goo. 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Pressure coming in. The handoff. This time, R.J. Harvey will take this forward for a pickup of 3. 2nd down and 7 coming up here. It's a 2nd down and 7. Football now inside the red zone, folks. We are inside the red zone now. The Denver Broncos with the football at the Cincinnati 14. All right. Atlanta Underground saying Bo Nix needs 4.5 more for Atlanta to hit his numbers. Go Broncos, says BH. Where are those Broncos fans at right now? 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. I've been trying to gas up the Bengals fans, but I think at this point it's time for the Broncos to step up right now. Let's go. We've got a 2nd down and 7. Here's the snap from the 14-yard line. The handoff to the left-hand side, and Harvey will be brought down. It brings up a 3rd down and 5 after a 2-yard pickup. 3rd down and 5, living like Larry, I see you. Gary Streen, I see you out there. I see you, country kisses. MAGA man, let's go. Let's go Denver, says Johnny Acuna. 4 more rushing yards, needs Dink. Here we go. It's Charlie Browning. I give you the rights to use it. Wonk, 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 wonk. Here we go. 3rd down and 5. Bo Nix probably going to take a shot for the end zone here. Here's the throw. The catch is made. R.J. Harvey is in. He's going to just jog this one in. Touchdown, Denver Broncos. There are no flags. Touchdown for Denver. Oh, my goodness. If that doesn't crush the spirits of the Cincinnati Bengals, bro, I do not know what will. 12-yard touchdown reception here for R.J. Harvey. The score is now 27-3, the extra point attempt coming up. And that was to be expected. I knew that this was going to be a Broncos game. I knew this was going to be a one-sided game. Let's go. I see y'all out there. Spike D wants the fist bump. Let's go, Spike. Let's go, Spike. I've got the clock ticking. I'll get this fixed in a second. The extra point attempt is up. The extra point attempt is good, and the score is 28-23. It's now a very comfortable 25-point lead here. 25-point lead here with 4 minutes left to go in this game. Tiptoe through the end zone, says Living Like Larry. Game over, says Manuel Torres. This game was over before it started, bro. This game was over before it started. Bengals got to figure something out right now. Thank you guys for helping the channel grow here. Easy 28 points, says Charles Moore. I'm here for Football Nation fun. That's about it. Let's go, Courtney. I love that. Let's see. Reading some more comments. Harvey out there casually snipping my Dobbins touchdown. Ooh, that's pretty funny. That's true, though. The only spirits are in Joe and Toe's belly. Joe the Toe's belly, says Loodle. Let's see. Malachi checking in. Broncos. Good job, Mario. 4th or 5th time I've watched. I've decided to watch you over Perna. That's saying something. Let's go, Malachi Vigil. Don't worry. I won't tell him you said that. I won't tell him. I'm glad that you chose this channel over Perna, man. Rest that voice, says Albert. Albert, we've got a lot of streams coming up right now. So the next live stream coming up for this channel, guys, isn't even going to be football. The next live stream coming up for Football Nation will be tomorrow. I will be covering the Dodgers game. Dodgers and Reds wild card Major League Baseball. I'm going to do my very best to fill out the calendar as much as I can with play calling. I want to get I want to be seen. I want to be out there. I want to get pushed out there. I want folks to know that we are out here for no other reason other than to give them the best bridge that they can get. Some people don't have access to the games. Some people do have access to the games, and they still choose to watch this simultaneously. Maybe y'all want to be a part of the community. Maybe you hate the normal play callers. Maybe you've got a visual impairment. Maybe you need to listen to the game instead of actually watching the game because you're driving or you're babysitting or you're fixing your car or you're mowing the lawn or you're doing your chores. Whatever your reason is for watching this live stream, thank you for giving me some of your time on a Monday, on a work night, for a blowout game. You guys are still here. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Country saying, be sure to share this channel with a friend. The Sox will dog walk the Yankees. What does that even mean? Too evil to hope. The Wet Sox, the Boston Wet Sox. Gopher saying, sounds great. I'll enjoy listening. Appreciate that, Gopher. Hooday, says Bill. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy muy bien. That's the extent of my Spanish, says Richard Greco. All right, folks, here we go. Hey-yo. All right, who needs a couple more yards for Jake Browning? Because you may get it right now. Who needs just a couple more yards from Jake Browning? Because you might get it right now. This kick, wow, it goes off the uprights. It literally hit the – he tried to score a field goal from the 35-yard line on his own side. Okay, guys, 28-3. The Cincinnati Bengals finally getting the football here. Bo selling out, says Atlanta Underground Unreleased. Honestly, Emmy Saletta, I'm with you right now. I'm still not impressed from the Cowboys defense. No good. Griffin saying it's time to bench Browning. Adam Donald checking in right now, about 35 minutes south of Portland. Thanks for checking in, Adam. 1st and 10. Browning under center. First play on this drive. A flag coming in. False start on the – this is actually at this point kind of funny. This is just funny at this point. Another penalty by the Cincinnati Bengals. Fairchild going to be charged for that one. Manuel Torres, buenos nachos, my friend. Put me in, coach, says Griffin. Single back formation with 4:58 left to go on a 1st down and 15 after the 5-yard penalty. Here's the snap and an end around for Andre Iosivas. Iosivas will get 5 yards back. It brings up a 2nd down and 10. The clock will continue ticking. I think the Bengals are ready to get out of here, go home, and regroup. They might look for a consolation prize, but don't be surprised if they just keep this football on the ground and basically give up. Lieutenant Dan, says EL. Bro, at least Chase Browning can still run the ball. I mean, Joe Dirt. That's why they named you Joe Dirt instead of Nunamaker. 4 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. Here's the snap. A throw to the left-hand side. A wide receiver screen for Jamar Chase goes nowhere. Third down coming up. This will be a 3rd down and 9 after a 1-yard pickup for Chase. The clock is still hot. I'm immaculate. Thanks for checking in. Country, Courtney. It's Courtney checking in. Courtney with a $10 super chat. Courtney saying upgrades for Tech. Cowboys pasties. Okay, Tech, Cowboys pasties, dog food, diapers, etc. from you and Rich. Thank you, Courtney. I feel the love. Thank you. Thank you, Courtney. Motion on the field right now, guys. We're waiting for the snap. Waiting for the snap right now, and Jake Browning takes it. He will wind up and throw. T. Higgins will go into the defense right here. He does pick up about 6 yards on the grab, so this does bring up a 4th down and 3. They will have to go for it here. Courtney with a big super chat right now. Thanks, Courtney. Thank you very much. All right. When are you guys going to jump on the live stream? When are you and Rich going to jump on the live stream? That would be fun to have both of y'all on the stream for the weekly pick'ems. I don't know, Loodles, but here's the snap. Actually, they're not even going to go for it. They're down by 1,000,000 points. They have clearly given up. There's the punt. This football goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up now because the Bengals decided to punt it away. Decided to punt this one away. Man, Dobbins' touchdown screwed me, says Marky Mark. What up, Marky? Thanks for checking in. Billy saying when Burrow comes back, I don't think it'll happen. I just don't want the Eagles to win, says why me. Hello, Isaiah Berger saying hello at Football Nation and go Denver Broncos. L was saying I was looking for the hype icon. We can get one of those. All right, folks, I'm going to step away from the comments. 2 minutes and 51 seconds. The snap and the handoff. This will go to R.J. Harvey. Harvey will pick up about 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 2 minutes and 43 seconds left to go. So we got 2 minutes and some change left to go. This should take us close to the 2-minute warning. It's a 2nd down and 7, and then I think we'll probably see victory formation coming up here. They're saying that he probably won't come back, and they're talking about all of Joe Burrow's injuries. A lot of injuries for Joe Burrow. Here's the snap, a toss to the left-hand side, and this time R.J. Harvey stays on his feet, picks up the 1st down. Don't know why they stopped the clock here. They stopped the clock with 2:11 for whatever reason. This is a 1st down for Denver. 1st down Broncos. Moves the football out to the 30-yard line. We got a 1st and 10 coming up right now. 1st and 10 from the 30 here. 1st and 10 from the 30 with 2:11 left to go. The clock should not have stopped, but it did stop. The Bengals fans are still hanging out right now. I wonder what the weather's like up there. It's probably feeling a lot better up there than it is down here in San Antonio. All right, guys, 2:11. Bo Nix under center, motion on the field. Here is the snap. There's a toss to Harvey on the right-hand side again. Harvey gets past the 30, gets to the 35, gets to about the 39. That's a 9-yard pickup. 2nd down and 1 coming up. This defense has given up. Harvey ran out of bounds with 2:05 left to go. Just keep it in bounds, guys. What's so hard about that? Ward, thank you for checking in. Broncos can pad their rushing stats now. Yeah, they kind of need to. Broncos kind of need to pad those rushing stats for sure. Joe Dirt saying we need ballers to help the Bengals like Nanny McPherson in the movie. They stopped it at 2:11 because Cincinnati has a lot is numerology, people residing in its city limits. Lodal Miss saying because Cincinnati has a lot of numerology people residing. Okay, here's the snap, guys, on 2nd down and 1. That's going to be a 1st down pickup. Another quick gain right there, 3 yards for R.J. Harvey. 1st down takes us to the 2-minute warning. So the 2-minute warning is going to come and go, guys. It's going to come and go. This should just be time to kneel it over. MuckTube, a $2 super chat. Let's go, MuckTube. Saying the Bengals need to reach out to the New York Giants about Russell Wilson. That's not a terrible idea out there, MuckTube. Okay, here's a question. Realistically, guys, who should the Bengals look for at quarterback? Available right now. I love where you went with that, MuckTube. Where should they go available at quarterback right now? Res Dog Vid saying, wow, Bengals are trash. Shaking my head. Go Green Bay. I see you, Red Dog Vids. Thank you, old Steve. Ooh, Curry saying Mariota. I agree. Kyle Bishop, he says Shador Sanders. Isaiah Berger saying Russell Wilson couldn't save Cincinnati. Ty saying go get Andy Dalton back. Walk like an Egyptian, says Courtney. Let's see. Shador. I think Shador would make sense. Russell would make sense. Mariota would also make sense out there. Wilson can't save himself, says L. Russell. Winston, Jamie's Winston, says Francois. It could be Jamie's Winston. Broncos, Sayer, anyone but Dobbins, hell or high water. Let's see. Roman Gabriel, Shador Sanders. I think Mariota is better than Wilson. Joshua Dobbs could be a pickup there as well. Only one man that can save the Bengals. Time. Russell needs to go play baseball. Russell needs to retire right now. Just go Flacco, but you'll never go full Flacco. Once you go Flacco, you'll never go backo. Is that Gilbert Grape? Who's eating Gilbert Grape out here? Adam Sandler. Yeah, they could use Happy Gilmore out there. Let's see. Kirk Cousins actually fits, Magaman. Army82 saying the same thing. That actually fits. Derek saying Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is probably comfortable with the Ravens. I don't see him going anywhere. Nah. There's a couple of names coming in right here, but there are some good options out there. But the Bengals got to pull the trigger. The Bengals can't be sitting on this Jake Browning situation. And not doing anything. Here we go. 1st and 10 coming up for the Denver Broncos. They are in victory formation. Maybe they had a conversation. Here comes the knee. Bo Nix will take the knee. This will likely be the final score of the game, folks. This will probably be the final score of the game. Kirk's contract is the problem. That's true. Highest paid free agent ever? In Kirk Cousins, highest paid free agent quarterback ever? And then they bench him the very next year for Michael Penix Jr.? Awful. Raheem Morris isn't going to last there very long the way he's coaching that team. Although they did just get the win over the Washington Commanders this past week. Guys, do not forget to do your weekly pick'ems. If you want a chance to win $100, please go do the weekly pick'ems. Here is the link for you guys right now. Drew Lock would be better, says Brent Moore. I agree, dude. Facts, though. Drew Lock would be better. 1:08 left to go. 3rd down and 12 coming up. We got multiple knees being taken right here. They're going to take the knee on 3rd down, and, well, that'll be the end of the game here. It's just the last 2 minutes. This is really just a formality at this point. Going to lose a couple of yards taking the knee right now. Cincinnati should try to get Mason Rudolph. Not a bad take. Honestly, Zach Wilson wouldn't be terrible either. Would be better than Jake Browning. Here is the knee. That's the final score of the game, guys. The score, 28-3. Denver Broncos get the win. How about that? When do I announce the winners for Week 5 pick'ems? It will be on Monday Night Football for Week 5. Week 1, 2, 3, and 4, I would be announcing the winner. I would have announced the winner at halftime if we had one, or I guess I would have announced the winner right now if they got this particular game right. But nobody in the first month of football, nobody in September has won the $100 payout. If you guys want a chance to win $100, click the link in the description down below. Mario, the link says no more. That can't say no more. It'll take you to my website. Should take you to my website. And then if you click on be sure to click Week 5. Do not click Week 4. If you click the Week 4 pick'ems image, yes, it's going to tell you that is not eligible. Week 5 pick'ems, guys, not Week 4. They look similar. The one that says bye-week teams are right there. I left Week 4 so that those of you who were looking at the schedule could still see who the games were from last week, but week 5, click the week 5 photo. Please do not click the week 4 photo. Okay, guys, Sasha and Savisha saying, can you say go Mets? I guess I can, but they're not even in the playoffs. Go Mets. Go Yankees, though, for real. Okay, let's see. Super Mario and the Great Santino, says Wolfie. Says not taking, says Ward Hanold. Let's see. Let's click this right now. Let's blow this up. Let's blow this up. Hang on 1 second. We're going to get this figured out. One second. If you have already signed up for Week 5 Pick'ems, it will not let you sign up for it twice. Week 5 Pick'ems. It is published. It is available. I've already got 46 responses, so it's definitely taking names. Here's the direct link to the Google Doc. Actually, whoops. That's the incorrect link right here. Let's end this one. Remove. This is the link you're going to want to use. That's the responder link right here. If you click this, guys, it'll circumnavigate the website. That will take you to the actual Google Doc right now. We've got 50 people signed up. This is your best chance this season so far to actually win the $100 because we have 4 teams on bye right now. 4 teams on bye this week. You've got the Bears, the Packers, the Falcons, and the Steelers not playing football in Week 5. So, if you're a Packers fan, a Steelers fan, a Falcons fan, or a Bears fan, sorry, they're just so rare. There's so few Bears fans out there. If you are a fan of one of these bye-week teams, your team will not be playing next week. The next football game I will be covering will be this one here. Thursday, October 2nd, to open up the month of October, I will be live covering the 49ers and the LA Rams. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if I do games Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday this week, covering a lot of Major League Baseball. Okay, what is up, Sparky saying, yo, no football next week? Yep, no football next week for the Pittsburgh Steelers out there, Sparky. Yep, I was able to do my pick'ems with that link. I got you, Riella. Let's go. So there is the link directly. That'll take you directly to the website. And if there's a mistake here on the link for Week 5, no, when I clicked it on the website, it does take me to Week 5, so it should be right. Anyways, I'll double-check that link and reset it. I do have a few minutes, guys, so let's talk about what we saw in this game. I'm going to grab a seat here for a minute. I'm going to give you guys another 10 minutes to hang out with me since this was the one stream that we did today. One stream, this is the end of the week. Okay, a lot of interesting stuff happening here in Week 4. A tie game with the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers was interesting last night. Tonight's game, it has become painfully obvious that the Cincinnati Bengals, without Joe Burrow, they're in some serious trouble. It's become painfully obvious to me that this is true. No games on Friday, says Katie Espresso. That's why we're not covering any games on Friday. Good stuff, says Snaz. Thanks, Snaz. Chiefs versus Jags, good game. Rams should win, says Sasha. We saw the end of the season for the Bengals. It kind of feels that way, Father Time. It kind of feels that way. How does the tie work on Pick'ems? Okay, so all the rules are explained in Pick'ems, but there is a tiebreaker. The person who gets the closest to the tiebreaker is what will be the final score of all the games combined. I think I'm going to change that one and just make it what will be the final score of Monday Night Football. If we have multiple people who get it right, we will end up spinning the wheel. We will end up doing a wheel spin. I'm actually going to change these right now because I think that makes more sense. Just guessing, guessing all of the games for tiebreakers, that's basically impossible. But if we end up doing total number of points scored in Monday Night Football, that would make more sense. I'll I'll make those changes. I'll have to make those at some other time. Hey, grab a beer, says Snaz. I got you, Snaz. Cheers. Winsome saying, since he is done, how do you think the Seahawks game will go on Sunday? So the Seahawks game on Sunday. Hey-o, what happened here? Is it right-clicking when I'm trying to left-click? That's the weirdest thing ever. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. All right, guys. So, Seattle Seahawks hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers coming off of a loss. The Seattle Seahawks doing okay so far this season, but I think the Buccaneers are going to get that win. I like the Seattle Seahawks. I have been preaching for the Seattle Seahawks. Baker Mayfield without Mike Evans seemed a little rocky. He was questionable going into that game. I don't know how long Mike Evans is going to be out with the hamstring injury. But with Mike Evans out, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't have that same aggression on offense. Courtney saying, say hello to Sammy. Will do. The Seahawks will dismantle Tampa Bay, says MuckTube University. Woo! Messaged you on the website. Thank you, Little Miss. My kids loved it. Let's go. Thank you, Little Miss. I will be sure to respond to you. Thank you so much for sending me a direct message out there. I got a few more minutes left here, guys. Mario, is that the same beer as last night? This one is the same beer. This one is the same beer. This is St. Arnold Oktoberfest. It's time to be drinking those Oktoberfest beers. In case you did not know, those are Marzen beers. Marzens are fantastic. Losing Mike Evans is huge, says Winsome Lose Some. Why me saying, nope, the Bucs have a quarterback that is a dog and plays hard. Why me? I agree with that. I love Baker Mayfield. I got Baker Mayfield in like half my fantasy football leagues. I got Baker in like half my leagues. Steve saying sub 100 IQs abound. Looks like Chimay Blue. I see you out there, Courtney. B&T saying go Cowboys. Hawks at home. Yeah, Seattle Seahawks at home. That defense is really solid, but the offense, man, Sam Darnold is not doing what he did when he was in Minnesota. He doesn't have Kevin O'Connell calling plays anymore, and it's a very different offense, but he does still have Jackson Smith and Jigba and Cooper Kupp to pass to, so it's not like he doesn't have options. Packers, be happy to have a bye week here. Yeah, 2 back-to-back rough games for the Green Bay Packers. A loss and a tie. They're going to need to recalibrate. The Green Bay Packers should be the best team in the NFL, or one of the best teams in the NFL here at this point, and they are not holding up to that right now. Wolfie saying Shiner Bock. I do like me some Shiner Bock. That's my wife's favorite beer right now, actually. Good show, says Dan Montgomery. Thank you. When I hear the word good show, I think good show. Good show. Pip, pip, cheerio. Okay, that was terrible. All right, guys, a few more minutes here. Let's see. We look weak, says Music Mary. I won 2 of the 3 fantasy games this week. Let's go, country. And it's pronounced Rocktoberfest, sir, says Super Champion Rocker. I like it. Clown shoes, says Courtney. The Packers need help. Joe Howland saying great show. Thank you, Joe Howland. Great show. It's close to good show, but it sounds less British for whatever reason. Good show. Have a good night, fam. Take care, DMZ. Shrug. Can Rodgers pull off a miracle by winning on a bye week? No. Thank you. Back-to-back great stream, says Derek. Let's go, Derek. Thank you for the stream. You're welcome, David Bacco. Good show, old chap. That's it. That's what I was looking for, Loodle. That's exactly what I was looking for right there. Helps with the accent. Good show, old chap. Cam Newton, says Chris Kusher. He doesn't say random things. He doesn't say random things. He is not a dog. Thanks, country. I appreciate you. Thank you, country kisses, because that's typically what I say too. Look, man, we're doing our own thing out here. Appreciate y'all's enthusiasm for the country. That's so funny, girl. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Predicting the games on Robinhood, he'd be raking it in, says Alt. Okay. I'll bite, OZK. I'll bite because you've been checking in. You dropped a couple super chats today. What the heck is that? Are you telling me that you can actually bet on sports on Robinhood? Because that is news to me, bro. I had no idea that you could do that. I do a lot of investing with Robinhood. I use Webull. I use Acorns. I have way too many places where I try to move things around. But I'm curious. Are you the guy from Dude Perfect? No, dude, I'm not the guy from Dude Perfect. Those guys are the real effing deal. The guys from Dude Perfect, man, those guys are great. I love watching that content. By the way, if you've never seen Dude Perfect, A, you're living under a rock. B, go check out that YouTube channel like right now. Dude Perfect, bro, those guys are awesome. Football Nation, you can't bet on Robinhood. That's what I thought. I didn't think so. So OZK Alt BLD, I'm confused by that. Definitely very confused by that. Okay. All right. I see y'all out there. All right, guys. I think that's it. Yes, bro. It's not betting because it's bet at the game. It's called prediction markets on Robinhood. Prediction markets on Robinhood. OZK, Alt, I'll check it out, man. I will check it out. All right, guys. That is it. That is all the time I have for today. I'm going to go downstairs and hang out with my family. Thank you so much, MuckTube. A $5 super chat coming in from our boy saying Philadelphia beat Tampa with only 33 total second-half yards. Teams get changed after facing the Eagles. Seattle will mess around and clip Tampa next week. Okay, MuckTube. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all I've got for y'all today. Thank you for that final super chat of the day, MuckTube University. It was a good day. I'll be live for baseball tomorrow, guys. You'll have more Football Nation then. Until next time, my name is Mario Manuel. You've been watching Football Nation. Let's effing go.